You guys know this guy's voice? I don't know if you guys do, but this guy's voice is a little missed. It's gonna be a long show. It's gonna be a long show. But let's go.
Man, what I see right here, Lo just took my name off everything.
Nah, hey, it's still here.
He just no more gravy. Oh, there it is. Oh, you gotta put Turk back in there, man. You gotta put Turk back in there. He's doing a wonderful job. Turk doing a wonderful job, man. He deserves it, bro.
Appreciate you, boss.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier today when I sent him the link. He was getting everything set up. We were bullshitting about it. We're gonna be we did a live show when you were gone, Gravy, and me and Gabe. I kind of liked it, like during the game and shit like that. So maybe during next season when we have a nice winning roster, we might be doing
right.
Yeah. But if you guys don't know, you know now. Gravy's back in the motherfucking building. What's up, Gravy?
Hey.
Yeah, Gravy back in the building.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. This is the first time I've seen you too, bro. You don't even, man, you did lose a lot of weight.
After a dub. Gravy came after a dub. You see that shit? He waited to get
the right? That's because he's a dub. He's a winner, baby. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
You turned around.
I'm glad to be back.
10 weeks.
Glad to be back. I lost about 40 something pounds. You know, big, dramatic, blessed situation that happened in my life. I was blessed with a liver, had a liver transplant, and I'm recovering from it very well. There's some repercussions and stuff, but I'm doing fine. The weight comes with the surgery, but I'll get it all back, and I'll be the same puffy gravy like I was before. It didn't mess with me mentally. It didn't mess with me. It didn't mess with my mentals or anything about that. So, I wanted to show at first I did it, but I said it before with the guys that this is what a man that's been blessed looks like after he gets blessed by someone else. So I don't care what I look like or what you think about me. My life was prolonged by somebody else, and I want you guys to think about that when you go through a situation in your life. That please give life to somebody else. And I was fortunate enough to get that, and I hope you guys take heed to that and go to the DMV and be a donor if you're a healthy guy, because it helped me. And it doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person, because I wasn't really a good person. And I told my wife, I deserve this nice thing this guy gave me. But he blessed me with it, and his family thought I was the one. So thank you very much, whoever that was, a 31-year-old man. So I got some youngster in me now. So I'm ready to go, man. I feel great. I feel great, bro. I feel great. I feel new. And I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go.
That's cool, man. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back for time for Christmas. We got Gravy back for Christmas.
I was blessed, bro. I didn't ask for nothing for Christmas, bro. Just this. This is all I wanted, bro. Waited 10 years, bro. Patiently for 10 years. And I got what I wanted, bro. So,
yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing I told the guys I wanted to say, if I can, real quick. Everybody that reached out to me and told me get better, you know, with blessed hands and talk to me on IG.
For the spark one for you,
and tell me get well and send me prayers and stuff like that. Thank you very much. It went a long way. It really went a long way. It helped me through it all. Just seeing that you guys are the ones. We're a nation, and then this show is a nation, and it's the strongest that it'll ever be. And we're gonna make it the best show coming the new year. And I don't give a shit if we 3 and whatever, 4 and whatever. I'm always gonna love the Raider Nation, just like I love everybody that's on this show and that'll be involved in this show. That's it, bro. That's it. I let all that out without coffee. But now
you take your time, Gravy. Take your time, man.
Absolutely.
Good to have you back, man. Good to have you back.
I know I've been trying to like figure out a way, because I even told Gravy, I was like, man, the show just hasn't been the same without you. You know what I mean? I want to get him back. You know, I mean, not just like a shot of game or nothing like that, or
they didn't like us, dog. They didn't like us.
But like once numbers went down, you know what I mean? It's like things were falling off the ground. Like it just we weren't winning, and then all of a sudden you come back, we get the win. You know what I mean?
Gravy's the gorilla glue, dog. Gravy's the gorilla glue of the show.
Yeah, it's official.
Yeah, we got turf too. We got turf too. We got some old school, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, us get off the long gang over here on the Raider Nation Live. You know what I mean? This ain't our first Christmas. Definitely ain't our last. We seen Santa Claus, bro. We believe this Santa Claus. These kids don't believe in Santa Claus. I used to put cookies out for that food, bro.
Right? It'll be both.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but shit, we're here, man. So we got the win today, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, we all struggling with that.
Hey, there's a lot of people that are struggling with it. There's a lot of people that wanted to see us fucking lose, man. And
I think, to be honest, do I think does it hurt our draft chances? Of course, but at the end of the day, to be honest, like I can't accept losing. Like that's why, like, yeah, there's always playing around with like, damn, we should lose and all of this shit, but
right,
can't always accept losing. And yeah, I know it's for the greater good and all that shit, but I think I think it was cool the way that, like, not cool, but like the way AP kind of answered it. Like, you know what I mean? That's on Telesco now. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make your, like, yeah, we won a game, but you can't blame. You want to blame him for not winning games earlier in the season. You cannot blame him for, like, winning the game now. You know what I mean? Which I think it's probably, you know, already past that. You know what I mean? Past that point. But the thing is that, like, you just can't. I just don't see, like, the way you have it both ways. I understand if you don't want him here, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's cool. But then again, too, you want to blame him also for, oh, he won today. Like, fuck, man, he can't do shit right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think at the end of the day, that's just gonna take care of itself. You know what I mean? Do I want to be at one? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Because there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and like there's really just pressure. You know what I mean? To pick the right guy. You know what I mean? But it's yeah, man, it is what it is. I know the Tennessee plays the Jaguars next week, so that one of them eliminates them from, you know what I mean, in front of us. So likely probably 5 if we lose the last 2 games. You know what I mean? But still a lot of things that can happen. So I'll say, I mean, I'm not gonna talk shit about a win, though. You know what I mean? It's just it's a win.
A win is a win. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of different takes. Like, even all I was saying right here is like, AP can't even tank right. See, he's never gonna be. That's a good one. But like, come on, man. Like, damn. You know,
I understand that sentiment too. You know what I mean? But it's just like, at the end of the day, too. You know, like I think I seen the Sportsman, dog. I just seen him put up a video earlier right now, like saying that AP. You know what I mean? You've already made it clear that he's playing basically for his job because he's still being evaluated for the rest of this year. So it's like, what actual fucking incentive does he have to actually lose a game? You know what I mean? None. Like, I think if, like, the way he said, like, if you would have gave him the okay, like you gave the okay to Telesco, then maybe he doesn't have so much pressure on him to actually go grind out these wins that are unnecessary. You know what I mean? But it's just, he's also, even if he gets fired in this job, he might want a fucking coordinator job in the long run, or a fucking position job in the long run to get it rehired somewhere else. Maybe not as a head coach, but he's obviously playing for his job if you don't give him any certainties. You know what I mean? So I just think that played a part in it today too. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out Auntie for the $2. Said, keep me in my prayers. God bless, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Auntie. He's one of those.
Yeah.
Too. He's one of those.
Myra giving you $2 for walking back gravy.
Myra too.
Yeah. I just want to get those out there real quick. Everyone's showing some love. So
I want to say this, and we were talking about it earlier, but the way I see AP is I lost all coaching respect to him, and I'm not saying I'm the best coach. I'm not saying anything like that, but you can't, like I was telling the guys, you can't sit there and run a team, and then tell me what you did in the beginning. Number one, saying that Josh Jacobs is the backbone of our team, and that the team runs through Josh Jacobs, and then you don't do nothing or say nothing because he's gone. I know Josh Jacobs didn't want to be here, but if you would have fought for him as a head coach, would have fought for him like you did Jack Jones, that's getting burnt twice by a rookie wide receiver today. Twice by a rookie wide receiver, that you put your back on the line. What did you say? If we don't sign Josh Jacobs, then I'm gone. That's a head coach. That's the kind of coach that should be coaching the Raiders. Now, during that process,
I don't think no new first-time head coach is going to be putting their necks out like that, though. I'm just saying.
Why not?
You just say that.
He was the best player on our team, Joe.
I'm ever getting a job. I don't think
He was the best.
I don't think he's going to be like, hey, cut me.
Either way, what is he doing now? That makes you so.
I understand that he maybe he could have fought a little harder, but I don't think that right there, like,
then
to
what
put
happened?
your neck out of the line.
That's what made me.
Hey, but that's also Telesco. That's also Telesco shit. Like, Telesco never picked up. Supposedly, Telesco never even picked up the phone.
Right. Telesco has a job security. It's not.
Yeah, job security.
Telesco got job security. AP does it. You know what? I think he knows something, because he's so nonchalant and smiling and saying, "Oh, go do this and that." That he knows something's gonna happen at the end of the season. Either he's gonna get hired again, which I think will be a big mistake, because he's getting worse at what he does. And then what makes you think that he's all of a sudden gonna have this head coaching experience and philosophy that he can hire good coaches? Who's gonna do this for him? Some other guy? Some other mentor?
The only thing that I'm very curious about that we are never ever going to find out is actually who is making some of these decisions. I don't think that he's making all of these decisions.
But who should it be, Turf? Who should it be team-wise?
Well, it depends on what we're referring to. It should be him, absolutely.
I'm not talking about personnel. I'm talking about play on the field.
Oh, that's all AP.
The shit we're doing on the field, bro, is unacceptable, bro.
Yes. I agree. I mean, there are some guys a lot of guys that just won't be here next year, guaranteed. I think a lot of the guys that are, looking to be back are playing for something, if you will. And then the other ones that are understanding and knowing that, hey, I need a job somewhere else. They too are absolutely not tanking, if you will.
This is what
they are making sure they get tape. So
this is what I told Lowe and Gabe. I think we were on a call. When I was in the ICU, I was in the ICU talking Raiders, bro. I was going in and out because I was pissed because we lost to Miami. When I went in 2 days later, we lost to Miami, and I was pissed, dude. I was hooked up to a bunch of shit, and I was talking to Gabe and Lowe. I was mad, bro. But anyways, I was telling them, I was saying, we're saying that the team ain't gave up. They're playing for AP Turf. We play football. Gabe, we played football.
Yes.
We can have a 5-year-old teaching us football, right? And I guarantee you this: if you got paid for what you did, and you had a 1-year contract, you're gonna play your ass off, no matter who's the head coach.
100%.
No matter
100%.
who is the head coach. So stop all that knick-knack drama on the chat saying, well, they're playing hard for AP. No, they're not. They're playing hard for the next team that's going to re-sign them, because they don't want to leave shit on tape that they gave up because their coach ain't coaching them. And I know that because I've been through it. I've had bad attitude players, bro, that say, fuck it, we lost. We ain't going to the playoffs. And then they're on third string the next year because we know that.
Right.
And then we tell them later, remember when we didn't go to the playoffs and you just gave up? You was first string. You was starting. What happened? As soon as
I
they
would
make
say
the playoffs,
that before the KC game, that was all true. But I think in the last 4 or 5 weeks, all I've seen is them playing for pretty much AP, though. To be honest, I think that before that, I didn't see it, but I seen a way different out of the defense, recently, even out of the offense with even O'Connell has had his two of his best games that he's ever had in his fucking career. And
I would say they're definitely playing for each other. They are definitely playing for each other. That's for sure. You can see that.
I'll give you that, but I think it's 50-50. It's not all they're playing hard for AP. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not knocking against AP. I like the dude. And he's gonna become a good coach. But as long as me and Gabe and Turf and Lowe been watching the Raiders, we haven't won shit, bro. We haven't won nothing. We've never had a confident coach that knew football besides John Gruden. You know what I mean? Besides, he's the best fundamentally sound coach that we had, and some of us didn't even like him. So I don't understand why we're saying give him another year. Let's get a guy that knows what the fuck he's doing and knows how to give.
Who is that?
Right. Not only that, so that's so gravy. So gravy. The reason why people are saying that is because at some point, regardless of what you pick, you got to at least stick to it. You know what I'm saying? And at least let things play out enough to where you have some kind of consistency and some kind of decent depth, regardless of if it's what you wanted or not, because it'll at least allow you to pivot and move forward with something on the team. We don't have anything yet.
You want consistency with a bad coach that makes bad decisions and bad pickups?
Well, he's gonna learn that stuff he's gonna have to learn that stuff.
Like most guy that knows already. Get a guy that knows.
But who? And then what? He's gonna who? So what's gonna happen is who, right? And then once you find that who, guess what's gonna happen, Gravy? All the people that he's going to like, want, and fit his quote unquote system are not going to be the same as AP or anybody else that was in an organization. So we go through yet again another 2-14-15 season.
And you down for that?
I mean,
exactly. That's why I don't want to change again.
Not right this minute, because I think you could do it kind of like how Tennessee did it. You know, speaking of Vrabel, if you will, with Law bringing him up. If you look at what Mike Vrabel did when he went to Tennessee, he didn't lose out the gate. That's because they had they had something. They had a foundation. He went like 9-7 back to back. You know what I mean? So you can allow somebody to build the base here, regardless of if you know they're long-term or not. And then, you know, make that decision. As long as we can get some we have to be one of the worst teams of all time as far as the amount of coaches we've had, and coaching staff and front office, etc. We have to be the laughing stock.
Yeah, that's what I talked about before too. Like, that's the only thing that bothers me. Like, okay, if you get points are valid, a lot of points are valid with AP and all that shit. The only thing I point at to is that, okay, there's gonna be some candidates available, like the guy Ben Johnson that everybody wants, you know what I mean, and Vrabel even maybe. Which Vrabel, okay, maybe he has a connection to it, but who's to say that these guys even want to come here? That's the thing. What if those guys get jobs somewhere else, and then you're stuck with somebody that's even worse than AP?
I don't think that can happen.
How do you not believe that can happen? It happens every year.
This is this far. This is right here where we're watching right now. Gabe is this far from McDaniels. This far from McDaniels, bro.
It's pretty close.
He took over a shit show, and then this is the fucking worst.
And he ended up with a shit show
all year. This is the worst team.
He got his shot.
This is the team with the most injuries in the NFL. The most injuries in the NFL.
That's football, Gabe.
Exactly, and most of the time, most of the time, the teams that suffer with the most injuries in the NFL have similar records.
But we're the fans that make it as a fucking excuse. That's why.
What
That's why we're
mean?
losing.
No,
that's why we're losing, because we're injured. That's why we suck, because we're injured.
Every team that suffers from this many injuries usually suffers from a losing record. On top of that, we have no quarterback. On top of that, we have no running back. On top of that, we have a fucking struggling offensive line.
And whose fault is that?
So all of that's AP's fault?
That's crazy. I see where Gravy's coming from.
I remember AP saying,
that's all AP's fault.
I remember AP saying, I remember AP saying, no, these teams need to watch out for the Raiders. We coming. Yeah, we came. We came all right.
Gravy crashed out.
Yeah, you can't be accepting this type of shit, bro. Even in a win, bro, we look like shit, bro. Don't you know? I know you.
That was. Hey, y'all played the game of spades, right? Cards, right? You know how when somebody bids a 10, but you can bid, you're not gonna make any books, and then they actually lose instead of winning.
Yeah,
that's basically the game we just watched. Didn't nobody want to win it? It was wild to see. I swear to God, there were a few plays that the Jags
you was mad. You was mad we won. Were you mad that we won, Gabe, a little bit?
Was I mad? I had pretty much numb to the fucking thing.
I had mixed feelings. Me and you was the same thing, Gabe. I was mixed feelings with it. I don't know how to feel. This is a wild place to be.
Numb to it, because I do believe that if you fucking don't give no, why would AP go and do you any favors if you're giving him no fucking reason that you're going to keep him at the end of the season? He's playing for his job too.
Gabe. I want him.
He's playing for his job too.
I want to see a game where he out coaches somebody.
And he won today, and we still are throwing him under the bus.
He has a resume of doing that for 10 games. Surprise me, bro.
It's just no winning.
Surprise me.
There's just no winning for people who don't like AP since the get-go. Because once he started losing, you changed your mind totally.
Because
that's the thing.
He didn't give me what he said he was going to do.
You never gave him time to lose 10 games. Once he lost 3 games in a row, you were already on this narrative.
That's how quick
that's what I'm saying. You already had a pre-notion that you wanted to get rid of AP because you didn't think he was cutting it since the beginning. It's not because he lost 10 games in a row.
Yeah, there's a big factor.
No, but it's not that. You already had that in your mind. You already wanted to get rid of AP.
Because I know that any coach in the NFL.
Telesco hasn't given shit to do. Fucking, there's no AP. You talk about no Jacobs. How is that AP's fault? He doesn't sign the contracts.
Fight for the guy, bro.
Oh my God! What are you supposed to do? Your general manager don't pick up the fucking phone.
Hey, if we don't get Jacobs, and I'll resign. He resigned from any other job he had.
That type of right there.
But no, you know what? Honestly, Gabe,
that's not even feasible.
I do have to give Grady a little bit of credit here because guess what? I've already said it earlier. We all have probably turned down some jobs that the price was right. It looked pretty lucrative, but we knew it was a setup. We knew it was. You know what I mean?
So job. This is his. He was a Raider fan.
I agree, but that was part of the problem.
You think he's going to turn down anything?
No, he's not.
He's got the job. His first NFL job. His first
NFL job. He was set up to fail. He was set up to fail. He was set up to fail.
And that's not his fault.
I agree, but this is part of being the head coach. And that's where Grady and I do stand because that is old school. Like it stops where you are. It stops where the head man is in charge. You gotta take this with you, unless you're going right. Open up the floodgates and tell the truth. But he's never going to do that.
Since the beginning, it was always that we're not going to give. They gave AP the job when they were going back and forth because we never remember we were when he was up for the job. There were so many interviews. It was still so up in the air. Was he going to get the job? Was he not going to get the job? Right. So when they brought in Telesco with that experience, you knew right away he wasn't going to be able to make a lot of personnel of calls because he's a first-time coach and you got an experienced GM. They're going to give all of those duties to the experienced GM.
Yeah, and that's what makes me believe that I don't think AP is calling a lot of these shots, particularly why AOC didn't start the season and Minshew did. I think that I don't think that was an AP decision. We all know AP is straight from the hood. We all know your word is your bond. We all know people that ride with you and ride for you. That's really where your loyalty resides. And I kind of feel like AP stuck him, man. I kind of feel like he didn't give him that, you know what I'm saying, that vote of confidence by not letting him start. I mean, nobody thought he lost the quarterback battle as far as AOC is concerned. And for all he did, he got you the interim job. And that's where I have this notion that, you know what? AP was like, I need my dog to start. But they said, nope, that $15 million says different. We paid somebody $15 million. He's getting out there. and deal with it, AP. We're gonna see what you're made of. Are you the coach? Are you the heck? Can you deal with what we put on your plate and get it to work? Or do we have to find somebody else that can work under our standards, if you will? I don't know if that's what he's succumbed to. I don't have a clue of the type of deals that he's got to deal with when it comes to the right. We already know he's got none of what he asked for. Not the offensive coordinator, not his running back, not a quarterback. So where does it end? Where does it start? That's my question.
I don't disagree with a lot of facts that he has fucked up. I
agree with that too.
The only thing is, the only thing I look at, dog, is because you've had him here a year, and he obviously there's a lot of people who think that he was set up to fail since the beginning. You know what I mean? And with all of the things that are coming up in the off season, which there's still, obviously we've dropped out of the number one spot or whatever like that, but it's still there's a lot of ammo in this off season to where you can get a team from who knows, you can get a team that can probably compete next year if you do make the right moves. But the only thing I think is that making the move from coach to coach, that can probably hinder you another year, bro, because then you're going to bring in your type players and then stuff like that. You're going to have to learn your system again. It's just going to be a whole thing again. And there's no just if it's Ben Johnson, don't get me wrong, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I like it. He doesn't have insanity. The only thing is that too is that he doesn't have no offense. He doesn't have no head coaching experience as well. You know what I mean? Like that's
exactly, it's the same thing.
We're gonna take the gamble. I like his philosophy. I like the way that what he's gotten, Detroit's offense to be and stuff like that. And that's where I think we need most of the help. Which that's would probably be my number one candidate to replace AP.
Ben Johnson has everything, bro. He has an offensive line. He has weapons too deep. He's got everything under the sun. If he comes to us, he's going to look terrible. We need two guards. One guard. We need two guards. Parham is horrible.
Right, and that's why I say the grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean?
We need the grass ain't always greener. Right. We need two guards. I think we need a left tackle. I don't know how y'all feel about Colton Miller. I think we should trade him. Probably already lost the value we'd get, but still, nevertheless, it's not too late. Trade him. I like Glaze staying where he's at. We still need 3 offensive linemen. So there's just a lot. We need a number 1 wide receiver. Who's our number 1 wide receiver? And nobody better say Jacoby Myers. Don't you dare say Jacoby Myers.
That's why I'm quiet.
I just no, hell no.
Brock Bowers.
Our number 1 receiver is Brock Bowers.
It's a tight end. It's a tight end.
The fucking tight end is our number 1.
We need to go out and go get like free agents.
That's 80% of our draft right there. That's 5 rounds right
there. Higgins. We got to go out and try to go get like a Higgins who's going to be a free agent. That's pairing him up with Bowers and Jacoby. That's that's starting to look better. You know what I mean? Like those type of moves you can make. You know what I mean? But like, you have to go out and draft a running back. You know what I mean? I just think that those certain type of moves that you can make and what are going to be available too in the offseason too, I just don't see like where making a head coach change right now, at the end of the day, I think it could set us back, I think, a little bit more than what it can if we do make that change. Unless there's somebody that's just glaringly, okay, he should have the job, like, then yeah, I'm with it. You know what I mean? But it's just I don't see that guy. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I haven't jumped off the whole time like with AP. You know what I mean? Because I just don't see that guy. And like I understand that he's made mistakes, but there's a lot of things that you could point at why those mistakes have been. There's a lot of shit that you could point at, and it's. I know somebody has to be the scapegoat, and right now it's been AP. But bro, it's just I just don't see. The grass ain't always greener, like they say, man. You see what happened with fucking earlier example, fucking DA.
Yeah, that comment by Law is bonkers. Set us back further than 3-12.
You're learning on the job, bro. I would rather get somebody in there than a guy
that knows the job. See, and that's how I feel about the offensive coordinator. I want like a head coach / offensive coordinator. I want somebody that was hired as a head coach, but an offensive guru that is very seasoned. That's what I'm looking for.
Our offense is doing good.
Well, I actually would be okay with keeping Scott Turner as long as his father still stays on as an advisor.
You could tell that his dad. You can see his dad's
influence. The influence, exactly. And I don't think he's doing a bad job right now.
But he's gonna get to adapting. Now, he made some stupid shit earlier in the game. Like that reverse when it was.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that either. Turner.
That's Getsy all over again. Who told you to do that?
Exactly. Like, why are we having flashes of flashbacks?
And then we didn't get.
On those couple plays, when what was it? A couple of plays where we got down to like fucking 2nd and 30 or some shit like that, or 3rd and 30. All you can do is do a draw, bro, and get the best out of it. They already have fucking prevent defense. They're already back there, bro. There's what I mean, like. You're just gonna give up the ball that much fucking easier. So I mean, when you're fucking that far behind the line, as an offensive coordinator, if that was me, I'd be like, fuck it, just try to run it. Just don't lose the fucking ball over here on this side of the field. So I get that play. Now, unless you're gonna fucking chuck it out there and go Hail Mary and try to do something, then I get it. But I mean, they're over the top. There was nothing he could do. There's certain things that we can't like just eat his lunch for it like that. Like, I don't think at them looking at it, if we have the bad quarterback that's going to end up giving up the ball, and Aiden O'Connell has a problem with giving up the ball, so you just do a fucking delay, because that whole sequence we were moving forward. Brock Bowers had that one fucking nice shot all the way up the sideline, and all that shit came back and just put us back. So it's situational in the sense. So I get the run, but I wasn't pissed off that he fucking went 5 straight plays or 4 straight pass plays. Wasn't mad at that at all. It actually looked good. It looked like the quarterback was supposed to be doing his job and everybody else was supposed to be doing their job. You know what I'm saying? So
you got to run the ball.
I get it for certain situational things. You know what I mean? Don't want to be backed up. You got a great punter. You know what I mean? Because I was telling Gravy earlier, I said, fuck it, if we don't get the number 1 overall, we'll just get a punter, bro, like we normally do already. So let's just go get a fucking punter, bro, and just like leave everybody shook, be like, what the fuck, and then start hearing stories about it. This motherfucker's all methed out because that's what he does, bro. Like, you got
what I tell you, when you said that.
With Janikowski drunk. Fucking drunk. I mean, at 3:00 in the morning, fucking hitting 50-yard fucking field goals drunk. So hey.
What I tell you, Lo, when you said let's get a punter. We really have the best punter in the fucking league. Because we put so many goddamn times.
Come on, man.
Let's get a quarterback. Let's get an offense that at least the punter will be unknown. You know what I mean? Who the fuck is the punter for the Raiders? Yeah. Nobody knows. He ain't the best guy on the team. The fucking punter. Got more yards than the offense itself on punting. Look how many yards fucking what's his name? AJ Cole had on punting. I bet you it's more than we had rushing.
Yeah.
I bet you.
You're right.
Go ahead.
You're right, baby.
Go ahead and check it out because I did.
You're right, baby. You're 100% correct, my dude.
We punted longer yards than we did rushing today. And if it wasn't for a badass 10-year vet always coming through on the clutch with any team he plays on, Abdullah, we would have less rushing yards. Anybody that talks about Abdullah ain't fucking badass, get the hell out of my face. That's a running back, bro. That's a real running back.
10 years in the league. I've always liked him when he was with Detroit. I did like him.
10 years in the league, always doing shit.
Year, some shit like that.
Amir is my dude, bro. Y'all know I used to get upset when people talked about getting rid of him and why was he still on the team. I'm like, y'all are crazy. You just don't find
shit of Raider fans, dude.
Bro, you don't just go out and find an Amir. You just, bro, do people know his background? I don't know. Look, I'm not saying he's good as he was in his peak, and you know what I'm saying, but he's still super viable.
Oh, yeah. Watch out for Zeus. Watch out for Lowry. Watch out.
Dennis Lowry.
McCaffrey
2.0. Hey, Lowry. Me and Gravy always was on the same page with Lowry. We knew what that was. Yeah. We knew, right, Gravy? We knew what that was from the
after April. Okay, after the draft in April. Let's just let it out right now, Turf. Low and Gabe. Who's gonna be the fucking 2.0 in the 6th and 7th round that we draft this year?
I don't know, bro. Hopefully it's.
Are we gonna have a Max Crosby 2.0 then the 7th, the 299th fucking pick of the draft?
Right.
Max Crosby the 2.0. Max Crosby ain't even 2.0. Max Crosby let me down, bro, this year on his play.
Yeah.
I ain't impressed with him. I'm impressed with Tyree Wilson more than I am with fucking
Wow.
Max Crosby.
Wow.
Because
Yeah,
it looks like
Gravy is going in.
it looks like to me.
Hey, I need
It
to
looks
use
like
my
to me-
sounds. I'm sorry. Gravy going in, bro. I
This
don't know
is
if
the
y'all can hear
strategy of
that
the
or
game.
not.
This is the strategy of the game. I will gladly pay my bet to Gabe of that dude that he deserves 6 sacks. He deserves more than because he was there. He was there at least 1, 2, 3 times a day where he could have got there and got the quarterback, but he just over pursued. He over pursued.
He's doing a little better. He's doing a little better.
Bro, that's
better.
bro, that's a great take though on Tyree.
That's
bro.
all
Real
I
talk.
wanted to see, bro. That's all I wanted to see was you're getting better.
He is.
He is.
He is. I hate
All
to
the
admit it.
reps.
I'm not a Tyree guy. He's
Reps,
getting better.
reps. That's all he needs is reps, and he's to become a monster. If he does, he does. If not, he's going to be another Arden Key on some other team. But I'm telling
True.
you, if he
True.
sticks around and he gets hip, he's going to be a dominant force in that
Gabe's
line.
making up for weeks on IR.
I really like Chason. I really like Chason.
Jason's a man.
Oh,
Jason's a man.
Tayson is the dude, bro.
MVP of defense today.
Lalu, whatever how you pronounce his name, the 7th rounder, the defensive tackle.
Oh, yeah,
Lalu.
Yeah,
He's got that motor. Yeah, he's got that hustle in him. I like a lot of pieces we got, gentlemen.
You can't
I
tell
really
me that
do.
these guys don't want to play. They don't want to win.
They
No matter
do.
who the coach is, man.
They
No
don't.
matter who the coach.
I know
Right.
we can
Football
agree.
players, bro.
You want to win. That's
Right, Gravy. You're right.
Football
Check this out.
players, man.
Check this out.
The
I'm gonna get
Raiders,
something
bro.
to drink. Listen, Gravy, I'm gonna get something to drink right now, right? But I got this question for you guys because me and Gravy were kind of like touching on it a little bit, but I'm kind of not. Now, hear me out. I'm kind of glad that we're kind of out of the top 1. This is why.
Because I'm going to tell
Because
you why.
I personally, and I really felt this until Gravy said it, I don't think Shador nor Cam Ward are ready for the fucking NFL.
Wow.
I don't think that they are, and because this is why. Because this is what the Raiders have not done in a long fucking time. Is actually bringing a fucking quarterback that we have above him to actually show him the fucking ropes and let him get ready. They're not CJ Stroud. Those two guys aren't CJ Stroud.
I agree.
They are not those dudes. They
I
are not
agree.
a Joe Burrow.
Stroud,
They're
CJ
not a
Stroud
Joe-
in his fucking when he was getting
Rookie
drafted, he was
season.
getting some shit
To
talked
me.
about. He
This
was
is
getting
key.
shit talked about him too, dog. You know what I mean? Right before
Yeah,
the draft.
but he's not. What Lo is saying though, I agree with him. Neither of these guys are coming out
Yeah,
as a rookie playing like Stroud did. That
exactly.
would be a huge mistake. They need to sit, and we already know that's going to happen anyway. If anybody here thinks that whoever they draft as a quarterback is playing right away, I got $100 bet on it because I promise you, Tom Brady is making that man.
Let me tell you guys something, if I may. I told Lo this, right? And I think I told Gabe this. And see if you agree with me on this. The only reason why Shadir Sanders is predicted to go to the number 1 pick is because the Raiders have the number 1 pick. That's the only reason why. If the Raiders were 5th, Shadir Sanders would be 5th or 6th or 7th or beyond that. There's DBs, there's wide receivers, there's Travis. Travis should be the number 1 pick in the draft.
I agree
He
with
should be
that.
the number 1 pick.
I agree with that.
If it's the Giants, then they're gonna get a quarterback, right?
I think they're pulling towards Cam. Cam Ward is what I think.
They go Cam, but the only reason why Shador is so high is because we have that pick, and then we're linked to him.
He's gonna go
We're
number
linked to
1
him.
either way because the Giants are too. The Giants are gonna ready to take him too.
I think, yeah, and I think
And
really what the
again-
Giants are looking for, they just want to make sure that Dion blesses that. And I know that may not sound right, but it's just nobody wants to get into the Manning headache, right? We all know what
I don't
Manning
want that
did.
on our team, Gabe. Gabe is perfect. I don't want that.
I want anybody who's gonna have us fucking in the right direction.
I'll take any order, Shador and Cam Ward, and they're
And
gonna
I
sit.
do really
They're gonna
think
sit.
Shador
They're gonna
is
sit.
ready. I think Shador is ready. Maybe not ready to go day 1 or anything like that, but I think Shador is ready for the NFL.
He's the most ready quarterback that's in the
And he's
draft.
for sure a top pick. He's for sure has the ability to be a top pick. Like I've seen enough of him to where he deals good with pressure. Like, and he dealt with a lot of it, and you know what I mean. So and to have the stats that he had, he doesn't turn the ball over much. You know what I mean. I just think that I think he's gonna be good, man. I think Shador is gonna be good. I was one that didn't think that last year for sure, because just watching him, you know, in that first year in that new conference and all of that shit, that was a wake up call, especially with the way that they were dealing with it in the trenches in Colorado. You know what I mean? They have no beef either on offense or on defense. They got some of that this year, and they balled out. You know what I mean? They balled out, Shador and Travis. You know what I mean? I just think that you've seen that growth this year with him, and I just think he's him or Cam Ward, to be honest. I like both of them. And a sneaky guy that I really do like too is, I don't know why, but I like Jalen Milroe.
Do you like Jalen Milroe? Wow.
I like Jalen Milroe, man.
Wow.
Then you're admitting right here that you would take somebody else in the first round.
Well, no, I would take, if we're first 1 or 2, I'm taking Shador. Shador or Cam, whatever, like whoever goes first, then you get the other guy. But if we're 1 or 2, if we're not,
for me. That's a big.
If we're not, then yeah, you're gonna probably be forced to go another route.
That's a big reach to me, because I don't think Shador's a number 1 pick type guy. You put it like this: these 2 quarterbacks that we have right now, what do you think that they would be in last year's draft? You think they would be before Bo Nix or Penix?
Shador, yeah.
How?
What do you mean how?
Are you Gabe? Are you focused on highlights of Shador Sanders or what?
No. Did you see how
basically the 90% of his 90% of his passes
got there?
90% of his passes were thrown to the best college football player in the nation. He's not going to have him anymore. He's gone.
He is gone.
He was not the best receiver in the nation. He was the best player in the nation. But he wasn't the best receiver in the nation. There was quarterbacks that had better receivers, actual receivers than him.
I don't think so, bro. No, my opinion.
What do you mean, no? He's not the. I'm not shitting on Travis. I'm not shitting on Travis Hunter, but he's not the best receiver. He wasn't even ranked in the top 10.
He was third. No, he was third or fourth. He was third or fourth.
He was ranked 12th. He was ranked 12th, I think, in offensive statistics, and ranked third in defensive.
He was the best receiver.
He's an overall player, but he wasn't the best because he was throwing to Travis. He's not the best receiver. Tez Johnson from Oregon. You can make that same argument for Dylan Gabriel. You can make that same argument from anybody that has receivers like that.
On his team, bro. I'm not talking about all the receivers.
But Travis Hunter affected both sides of the ball, not only Shador's.
I'm just talking about offense. I'm just talking about offense because that's what Shador Sanders plays. I don't give a shit when he plays on defense.
But Travis is not the best receiver. You're making it seem like he was throwing to the best receiver in the nation. He wasn't.
He was throwing to the best receiver on his team.
He wasn't throwing to the best receiver on his team.
Yes, that's what I meant.
There's plenty of other quarterbacks like what's his name? A pure receiver. Odunze was better. Penix had him.
Well, Odunze's making his name known in the NFL.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Though you're saying that he had if Shador's throwing to like the best receiver, like, oh, he just throws it up there and Travis goes gets it. No,
that's what it looked like to me.
No, that's definitely not what it looked like to me.
Highlights, bro. That's why I know you've been looking at highlights.
Highlights, numbers, and games. One, the turnaround of Colorado from he
turned around fucking Colorado, Gabe. Whoopie fucking do. He turned around Colorado.
Whoopie fucking do. So, but that's what you want for the Raiders. But whoopie fucking do.
Wow. No, I don't want him for the Raiders, bro.
It's exactly what you want for the Raiders because you want them to turn around. You want something like that to happen for the Raiders, but whoopie fucking do. Is that what you're gonna say when we turn it around for the Raiders? Whoopie fucking do.
What I'm saying, Gabe, is that we're already focused and we're locked in.
Shador is a top pick.
We're locked in.
That. And I'm not the biggest Dion fan, or I'm not the biggest Sanders family fan or anything like that. But Shador is a first round top pick.
Oh, easy.
And I guarantee you, I can put a bet on that. you want to put a bet on that one, I'll put a bet on that one too. Whatever team, whatever team he lands on.
But we're so boxed in and focused that this guy's gonna change our team, bro. We gotta think maybe it won't happen.
You need to start somewhere.
Well, how's that a start, bro? How do you think that's even a start?
The number one position in football is quarterback. That's why.
But what makes you think that he's it? Because what he does,
well,
what he says.
So you're not gonna go quarterback, even though we need one again.
All right. So check this out.
We're not gonna go quarterback.
So check this out. As far as the receivers are
concerned,
concerned,
pissed last year.
So as far as the receivers concerned, he's in fucking on ESPN.
That's crazy what a win does.
That's listen, on ESPN, bro. He's 9th. Travis Hunter is 9th.
9th. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that statistically or
That's overall completely better.
Where is he at statistically? I'm just curious.
Okay, I'll tell you right now what he has. Scrolling down, give me a quick second. He has 57 receptions. Yeah, this is what he has. Check out. So he has 57 receptions, 721 yards.
Oh yeah, he's
6 yards average and 5 touchdowns. The number one receiver in the whole ranking right now has 86 receptions, 1,200 yards, 14.1, 9 touchdowns. So that's Luther Burden out of Missouri. Mizzou. So
I'm not knocking Travis's ability on both sides. Like, he was a dog on both sides.
Yeah.
He's a very good receiver, but there's very good quarterbacks that have came out recently. Like even CJ Stroud, he had fucking stars as receivers as his receivers when he was in college. You know what I mean? It's just every guy deals with that. Every guy deals with that when they're at that level. You know what I mean? They have star receivers. But they're making each other because that quarterback makes that receiver as well. You know what I mean? Like that, you usually get a Burrow and Chase, a Burrow and Jefferson because he played with both of them. You know what I mean? You get guys like that. There's connections like that. Usually, good quarterbacks play with good receivers. But that's not going to be a knock on Shedeur. I'm not going to knock that on Shedeur because he played with Travis Hunter. He obviously got him the ball with one of the weakest offensive lines in the nation.
That's very true.
He's still getting in the ball.
Whatever y'all think.
But
I know the kid from Miami worked for his shit.
I like Cam Ward too, though. If you're gonna make that argument, I wouldn't be mad at it either. I won't be mad at Cam Ward.
To be honest, Gabe, I don't think we need this prime time shit, this YouTube shit, this all up in Snapchat bullshit for the Raiders right now, because if we're talking about the coach being immature and players being immature, and then we get this motherfucker on the squad, shit, Raiders are gonna be on Snapchat.
That is a good point. That is a good point. That is what I mean?
We don't need that shit.
That is one of the things that
we might as well just go fucking 0-18.
One of the cons, I would say.
We got an immature fucking quarterback, and you know what happens if you're immature fucking quarterback in college, driving.
That is one of the cons. That is one of the cons, I would say. Yes,
taking first-class flights to Paris to watch fucking fashion shows. Instead of looking at your book and playing fucking quarterback, maybe you would have won more games at Colorado. Maybe you would have been in the playoffs right now against Boise State. Instead of talking to you.
I do believe that. I will agree with you. That is a good point because that could happen. That could happen.
That's why I think that way about Shedeur Sanders.
I don't think Shedeur has anything to do with the Instagram stuff. I think that's 100% on Buck, so he can focus. I mean, it just looks like
something happens to this guy, Turf. If something happens to this guy, I don't want homeboy over here calling up his daddy in the stands and saying, "What do I do? What do I do? Grow up, motherfucker." It's NFL.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of disagree. I mean, I think in these circumstances and situations, you actually do want your dad. And you want your dad that's a gold jacket wearer to give you the advice that you're looking for. I'm sorry. I don't see where you think that's a bad idea to go get advice from a gold jacket wearer.
Bro. Your dad plays
football.
You
can never ever. Hey, Gravy, you can always, bro. I don't care how old you are. You can always
football a long time ago, bro.
That has nothing to do with getting good advice, as far as
Okay, how much advice do you need?
And how
you got you ready to play in the
are.
NFL. If you're not successful, then you let your dad down. But he hasn't had the opportunity to do that yet. I don't want to sit and wait for that to happen. Aren't you
You're
tired of
doing
that
that
shit?
for every player that gets to the. You're doing that for every player that gets drafted, no matter how good, bad, or whatever
Nobody
their
has
thoughts
been
were.
more immature besides
I mean,
Manziel. Besides
Who's
Manziel,
more
than this
immature?
motherfucker. Huh? Nobody. Shedeur Sanders.
I'm saying more.
Shedeur Sanders is immature, bro. He's an immature kid.
I think it could happen more of like
Even
the
Gabe
media
said.
spectacle that it's gonna bring. I think the
I don't
media
see that.
spectacle that it's gonna bring regardless. Like that's gonna come one way or another because that's prime son. If he's a top pick in Vegas, that's gonna be the media is going to double in size. Basically, that media room is gonna double in size or double in capacity because just from that, you know what I mean? And that could eventually go the wrong way. But then again, too, like Turf said too, I mean, it is cool to have. I mean, that guy.
It's just like what you're
That
reading right
addiction.
here. It's no different than
That
Scott
addiction.
wanting his dad next to him. Why would you not want that? It doesn't make sense to me, Gravy. Now that I don't agree with. I will always want an experience. I don't care how old dude and how old he is and how past the game he is. I would always want that to be available for me to have a conversation with. I'm sorry, I would want that every day, twice on Sundays.
No, I'm just saying if his play isn't productive, Turf. That's what I mean. If this guy started having problems, if he starts having problems, and look, if we get Shedeur, I ain't gonna be mad. I ain't gonna be upset with it, but I'm gonna take the lumps, and if he's gonna take his lumps, and believe you me, all across this fucking channel, I'm gonna fucking mention it every fucking time he does.
Right? I don't know. See, so you say he's an immature kid. I don't think he was the most sacked quarterback in all of NCAA. And I didn't see him cry or complain about that. And I would consider that to be very mature. He could have easily been whining, complaining, and crying and saying they didn't have a bad line. He didn't do none of that. He just took them hits and kept it moving. Even when it came to those illegal hits and everybody getting death threats and stuff, you didn't see Shedeur acting out of character. So I'm a little confused on the whole immature thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck because
I think probably like the post game antics type shit where like
with the watch and see, bro, that's just natural shining as a kid. What did Deion do? I think that's the problem. I think people hate him for Deion, and they just could never get over the fact that Deion did what he did. Not you. I'm talking about the regular public, not you in general. Everybody else, because it's obvious that people are against Shedeur and Deion for those matters. I mean, in my opinion, it's very obvious.
People are going in on Travis right now too. Now, like, hey, do you want a guy who's a fucking a mandilona, a guy who just is a simp? You want a simp? You want a simp on your team, dog? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. Now that real talk, Grady, real talk. That's
hey, yo, check it out.
That's
play corner like that. I'll take you.
Shedeur Sanders, the closest one to Shedeur Sanders that been sacked the most is Caden Sesmoza, which at 33. And then Ethan Garbers is next, and Shedeur Sanders has been sacked 38 times.
And then the year before that, it was 56.
56.
Bro,
You know why he didn't complain about it? Because his daddy told him not to.
And what's wrong with that?
That's teaching him.
That's great advice. He shouldn't have complained about it. You chose this position, my dude. You chose to go with your daddy to Colorado. You chose all of this knowing that line wasn't going to be good.
He would be successful,
Don't complain. Of course, because his daddy is a gold jacket. That's my whole point.
He's a gold
jacket. How is it a problem? So you basically saying you wouldn't want Arch Manning? Might as well push Arch Manning aside because that whole family is golden. So that wouldn't make sense. That's just going to be.
I just don't. I don't know Shedeur. I think Shedeur is a top pick. I really do think. I kind of think it's going to be hard to get him to kind of now, you know what I mean? It's probably going to be a little difficult now, you know what I mean, with 2 games left.
And how you feel about that game?
I don't know if we're going to get him. I don't think we're going to
feel about that game? We won a game, which a team that we love. And then I'll tell you this right now. It hurts my fucking feelings to the motherfuckers in the stands in Las Vegas, I'm holding up signs saying "Tank for fucking."
Yeah, I didn't like
You that
that.
motherfucker. You kick out a motherfucker from your stadium to say fire McDaniels right now, and then you let this motherfucker go in there. Same dude.
It is. It's Ralph.
Take Christian
Shout out
Sanders
to Ralph.
and let him roll with
Crazy,
it.
crazy.
That's a bullshit.
Yeah, Ralph crazy as hell.
Fuck that fan. You should never let him get season tickets ever again. That's bullshit. What type of Raider fan does that shit? I'll be throwing batteries at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You in there paying all that money to lose. Loser.
Remember they were giving
on your life.
What they
People don't like Vegas Ralph. Yeah.
Hey, but
Yeah,
Vegas
Vegas
Ralph, bro, wasn't he like complaining to like the news and anybody that
You got
they
your
kicked him
shine
out
now.
because
Look,
he
you can
kept
get it
firing
back.
McDaniels? But
What's
then they
this
say
show?
thank for Shador and it's cool. Like, you know what I mean? They probably changed some policies and shit, but
Wreck-It Ralph.
That's a policy. They
That was
changed
on the
the
national
policy and now let his ass
broadcast,
back
bro.
in there.
that was on the national broadcast. That was crazy.
It hurt my feelings seeing that shit.
Yeah, I
You shouldn't be
know.
a fan
I didn't like it.
bring
It
negative
was,
shit to your team. You shouldn't bring negative shit. Wearing bags over your head and shit like that. Somebody walks by a dude doing that, slap the fuck out of him.
Hey man, that 30-year-old liver got you lit, boy. Like what you want?
I don't like seeing that shit, bro. We ain't dead. Our team
Right.
ain't fucking dead, bro. We ain't out the picture, bro. We need to be talked about. We need to be hollered about, man. I like all this Shadir said. I like that talk, but he just ain't for me.
Vegas
Right.
Ralph.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I know a
but-
lot of people that like Cam too. It's like 50-50, bro. I mean, I get it. And the beautiful thing for me is I don't mind whichever one we get because I know for a fact they're gonna sit, and that's what's gonna matter the most. And the truth be told, Cam has a bigger upside. So
So that you made a good point right now, sir. If you said sit, who's going to be in front of him? And if that's the case, then are you thinking that, like, say whoever coach said, let's say it's Vrabel that comes in. You think Vrabel's who's he going to bring with them to actually like put
to bridge the gap. To bridge the gap. I mean, I'll tell you this
right now.
I'm definitely going to get booed for this one, but if we can find a way to get a deal, like the Steelers did when it came to, oh boy, go on and get Kirk Cousins, man, and let him rock. Let him rock.
When you said Pittsburgh,
I got you.
I mean, I would do Sam Darnold too, but Sam Darnold, in my opinion, Sam Darnold needs. He might need to just stay where he's at, and they need to just rethink that whole situation. Hey, look at this though. See, because they are in the same division, so they may take a page from the Packers because that worked out pretty damn good with Jordan Love and how long he sat behind Aaron Rodgers. So if they were smart, I'd keep rocking with Darnold and let JJ sit until it's necessary.
I think, to be honest, I think
it was absolutely necessary.
If we go one. If we're gonna go get any of those guys, if we actually do end up with any of those guys, I'm more on like shit. Even there's really who can you go out and get? You know,
right? Who I want is Stafford. I want Matthew Stafford. That's what I want. If I could get a person to come 2-3 years, that's what I want. But it's not gonna happen.
All right, I've been thinking about this pretty much all week long. Niners aren't going to be able to pay a lot of people. They're going to have to get rid of a lot of people or keep their.
Ooh, you talking Purdy? Ooh, look at Lowe.
He needs a contract, and he hasn't got
Lowe.
So I'm thinking Purdy.
Get out
of Purdy, but
get out of my face. You've been smoking too much crack.
Yeah, you're not drafting nobody if you do that. Who you going to draft then? That don't make.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got a lot of money. Listen. I'm not saying this to give him a breaking deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what he wants. That's what he wants. That's what he thinks he is.
Hey, I'm
an
AOC fan too. So.
Well,
ain't coming for no discount.
But listen, he is a fucking playoff winning quarterback.
Because what he has around him.
I went to go get a haircut right last week, and they're saying, who would you rock with, fucking Dak Prescott or Purdy? We're going Purdy. He has more wins. Younger guy, can move around like he's look it. I'm just saying, if something were like that and we can't do nothing, and then if it's out there and we can get him. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. I know he wants too much. Yeah, I know. Look, fuck.
I would say hell to the no, bro. Hell to the no.
I think kind of what Cam Newton said is like kind of coming to fruition now. He's a system quarterback.
Yeah,
which is not a bad thing. Which is not a bad thing because that's something we could use now with Brady coming through and creating a system.
I think but if we're gonna just go that and we are gonna get our quarterback of the actual future, to be honest, I'd rather just stick with AOC.
Boom! Y'all know I'm an AOC fan.
Make some sounds on your thing with that there.
Hey, look,
I'm an AOC fan. You
I like this right here. Look, everybody has their opinion, bro. But I mean, if we're gonna go smart and
you don't gotta waste no money that way, you know what I mean? You don't waste no money and no backup quarterback.
Not a dime.
You just have him to basically as like a, you know what I mean, to hold the chair until the other guy gets enough experience that they feel comfortable to bring him in. And to be honest, like you don't waste no money. That money can be, you know, just used in other spots because we have plenty of holes. Like we've said, you know what I mean? We've already pointed out the left tackle, the right guard, you know what I mean? We pointed out, you know what I mean? We need a running back. We need a number one receiver. So like that money can be used for a lot of those because you've seen how much even a backup quarterback now costs. You know what I mean? And fucking miss you.
It's expensive.
You know what I mean? So like,
15 million.
if we're gonna go out and get our quarterback of the future, I'd rather just let AOC just be the placeholder. You know what I mean? Until that guy's ready.
See, look, but see, this is the type of shit that we got to go away from. I want to look at this what Sean's saying, and I want people to be a little bit more realistic going into the fucking next season, because if we win these next two games, we're gonna be sitting at what 10. You know what I mean?
Worse than that if we win the next two. It's worse than
the next two, right? But see, the thing is, though, you know, he's staying right here. Sean's always giving me good points, but at least put some numbers up here. You got a guy that's been in the college for 6 years, right? He has 153 touchdowns, 33 rushing, not bad. A little bit mature, probably, you know, plays for a good organization. That's the kind of guy that you would want to come in and develop because there's really not quarterbacks in this fucking. Let's get down to it. To be honest with you, coming in this draft, there's not a lot of big fucking names besides 3 quarterbacks.
No.
And that third one is still like mixture with everybody with Ewers and Moreau, right? So you figure that, like, you know what I mean? If you bring somebody in and get somebody like a Purdy that you can develop under, or somebody like to that stature, I'm not saying him per se, but say if we end up getting to Sam Darnold is going to want, a lot of these quarterbacks are going to want something. Even if we get
Sam Darnold's balling, bro.
I don't think Purdy is seasoned enough, bro. Purdy is not seasoned enough. We're looking for like that same exact scenario with Tom Brady for the people that are older.
Scenario that I see
Drew Bledsoe. You know what I mean? That Drew Bledsoe that was an absolute monster who got hurt, and then that's how Brady slid in. We're looking for something like that.
The only way we're going to be able to fucking maybe possibly get something is like, say, if we pick up Dak Prescott. And I'm being honest. Listen, exactly, because you're gonna get a seasoned quarterback. Look, you're gonna get a seasoned quarterback that's they're already paying him a shitload of money. They're probably gonna eat a lot of his contract.
Right. You know, now that you say that, if we can do it on that deal, if we can do it on the same Russell Wilson deal when it came to the Steelers, I'm Gucci with that. I'm okay, but there's no way I'm giving Dak Prescott a major contract. And
what you're saying, Lo? So what you're saying, Lo, is we're gonna get another quarterback that they never did shit in 10 years.
It's a bridge guy. It's a bridge guy to the one we got.
You might as well fucking sign Derek Carr back, my bro. You might as well get that motherfucker back over here.
Hey, you know what? I would sign him back just so he doesn't lose to all 32 teams.
I'm tired of this shit.
I want to.
I hear you. We need a quarterback. This is
just draft a guy that we're going to go get. Do whatever. Do whatever you got to do to go get. Even if we win the next 2 games, I don't give a fuck. There should be no excuse. Fuck it. You see, you already made. You see, already you can't wait. You can't sit and be like, okay, he might fall to us. You got to be aggressive in the draft, regardless of where you fall. You know what I mean? If you're not number 1, you got to be aggressive no matter what and go and try to make that trade no matter what. Get your guy.
Raider night,
you know what I mean? No matter where you're at.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and I just think that don't go out and try to go get one of these bridge quarterbacks that is going to cost a pretty penny right now, dog, because those type of names, I mean, if you go out and try to go get like a fucking, you know, somebody that's probably just not, maybe like they were saying earlier this year, but he has a whole year off, so I wouldn't see him coming. But like a guy like that with that type of shit, like a Ryan Tannehill type shit, but with maybe that type of experience next year. But I'm just saying, like, we can't. I'd rather go with with AOC just until we could get that guy. If we do pick that quarterback,
I have no problem with AOC next year. Honestly, y'all want to know why too? Because I got to put this out there. I don't know if people are being very objective or realistic about our circumstances. We are not going to win anything for a minimum of 3 years. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. We don't have the depth. Just think about the math, ladies and gentlemen. You need 22 bona fide starters, rock stars, to just even have a team. I wouldn't say we have that. In order to have a consistent team, you need 44. You need 2 deep, right? Because you got to account for injuries, etc. And it can't be a major fall off from your starter to the second string. So now you're already 2 years in it, because think about it. You only get roughly 7 picks. There's 7 rounds in the draft. You're not going to hit. See, you're not going to hit on these drafts like Telesco just did. 3 people out of 7 people in the draft. That's a big deal. That doesn't happen regularly. You're lucky to hit on 1 or 2 of these people. So where are all these people going to come over a year, and now all of a sudden we starting to win and we in some kind of playoff that matters and makes sense that we can actually win? It doesn't make sense. There are 5 teams in the AFC that's at the top that will consistently still whoop on us. We're just not ready. So, I mean, there's a lot we need to fill. There's a lot of holes we need to fill. There's a lot of things that need to be done. I'm okay with AOC staying. We draft a quarterback, right? And then see if that guy is it. Guess what? Next year, we probably going to end up drafting another quarterback. We have to get depth. That's the only way you're going to create consistent winning, and it has to come through the draft. It's not going to be by getting somebody else's guy.
Spending all that money.
Yeah, it's not going to work that way, because you're always going to be lopsided. Look at the Bengals. They're lopsided. Their defense is trash, and they got 20,000 million pieces on offense that they can't afford to keep because they can't pay them all.
And they're barely winning games.
Barely.
You got a good quarterback, you better have a good defense, because
we're in this for a long haul, ladies and gentlemen.
Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL, Turf. Tommy, Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I couldn't agree with you more in some ways. I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow.
He's 6-8 right now. Why? Because his defense 7-8.
And his front office is trash.
Because his defense is trash.
Yeah, they can't do anything.
Just imagine how good AOC would be if he had the defense that we thought we were gonna have.
Right.
You know what I mean? It probably would have been a couple of wins. Maybe we would have won a couple of games in the division. We're 0-5 in the division, bro.
Yeah, we are literally the bottom of the barrel.
I don't even remember us ever being that. In my 55 years of life.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, my dude.
This is bad, bro.
It is bad.
This is what I mean. This is this much of McDaniels. This much of McDaniels didn't even do that. McDaniels didn't even go 0-5 in the division.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Hey, but to be honest, being with McDaniels as a head coach, it felt like I was blocked up. I felt like he was a CEO that's a snitch, and I'm cool. Like I feel better losing.
No, you can't feel that way, Lo.
Miles Powers is too young to trade.
Get out of that fucked up cloud of black that you're in, dude, and put some new goggles on, bro, and look at the sunshine that's about to happen. I'm telling you, bro. All we need is I don't give a fuck what quarterback we get from college,
bro. Let's go.
I don't give a shit what somebody. We got dudes. Get dudes in place in your organization. AP, okay, if you get another year, hire the best goddamn offensive coordinator and pay him and give him a 50-year contract. I don't give a shit if it's longer than yours.
Right.
Pay him. Get the dude that you want and tell Mark Davis to pay him. Tell Telesco to pay him. So that drastically right there would tell me that you're serious about grooming and making the quarterback that you draft fucking better. The better the offensive coordinator, the better the quarterback that you draft will be. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it will be if you do that. Look at Knicks. Look at Knicks. Everybody, I was bitching at Knicks. Knicks fucking sucks. Sucked at Auburn. He went to Auburn. He played, but then I focused myself. He played 61 games in college. He played 61 games in college, bro. And you put that next to a good ass coach. Now look at him, bro. Overshining, beating Raiders twice, whooping our ass, putting work on our secondary. I feel like a dumbass when I talk shit about him. Maybe I am, but that was pre-liver.
So then Gabriel might work, and then Gabe will be happy too. Because
And another thing, how come ain't nobody talking about Justin Fields, bro? What's up with that?
We were talking about Justin Fields though.
I don't see him going anywhere. Where is he gonna go?
Why would he stay in that situation when they?
Why wouldn't he? Russell Wilson is not playing for another 5 years.
You think he wants to be a backup?
No, but where is he gonna go?
Yeah,
here.
Russell probably could only have like maybe 1 or 2 more years.
That's what I'm saying. Wait his turn. Why you're with the best coach in the league? Why would you leave that? I wouldn't want to leave that.
That's what I was trying to tell you, Gravy, too.
Well, no way in hell I'd want to leave. You wouldn't be looking. I wouldn't be trying to go nowhere. I know Russ is out in a minute. I'm chilling.
He's considered.
And you know that organization is
It's top notch. It's top notch. You got the best defenses in the league. I'm staying put.
That's the type of organization that we need to be. We used to be like that.
I agree.
We used to be like that. Now we're a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Unless he wants money, unless he does want money, there will be a dumb team to pay him out there, though. I don't want to be that team.
See, this is the thing that I don't want to do. Look, we all can agree that Fields probably had a shit end of the stick going to one of the worst, franchises. And to be honest with you, a lot of the games that we've lost, they've been by a touchdown. Maybe, that's pretty much where we're at. We're not getting blown out of these games. Maybe like 3 games we did. Let me finish. But the thing is, though, if you get a turnaround, and I think Fields was better than Shador coming out of college. I'll say that right now. Bottom line. And I do feel like that. And yeah, better than Shador. So him coming out and stuff like that and going into going through the shit that he went through, went for a 6th round and sitting back behind a Super Bowl winning quarterback that's kind of very, very similar to him, with a great head coach and a great organization that even they find ways to win, at least he's fucking winning. There is no way fucking possible he's going to come over here and fucking, come be with the Raiders. Now, if Getsy wasn't here and Wilson would have came and then Fields would have came behind him, that would have probably been the best move that fucking Telesco had ever made, right? See, their GMs are doing some right shit, right? So they're on the same fucking page. Tomlinson works a certain way. You know what I mean? Either you're going to fucking get the job done or get the fuck out. I ain't trying to hear that.
Don't play.
That's the way it's been forever with Seattle.
But
Steelers
started off 3-0 with Pittsburgh, but then they ended up losing 2 games, and then they made that move to Russell because he started struggling, only having like 100 yards passing again with them. So it's like he just has always had that problem with accuracy. He's just not an accurate passer. Yeah.
But see, the thing is, though, this is my opinion. You can have your opinion personally. I can go look up the numbers right now, but I'm talking. Everyone's been talking, and I just want to say my point. The thing is, though, bottom line is that we need to have that same fucking kind of mentality. They've had fucking years and years of Ben Roethlisberger, you know what I mean? Maybe a couple injuries. Nobody else fucking was behind it. Then Pickett came in. And played pretty good because he, got a little bit of time on the field. You know what I mean? Got time to sit back, let the game fucking develop around him, and you seen him with the Philadelphia. You know what I mean? He was fucking battling with them. Regardless of whatever, we need to be able to do that. We can't go to Russell Wilson's and that. I think Justin Fields is like damaged goods in a sense. So if he sits back behind Russell Wilson, he'll get that shit back, get his legs back, get a better passing, and then practice and move forward. That's what the Raiders need to do. So trying to go pick out somebody else's pocket that they're already going to fucking do. There's no way we're getting those guys out of them. And guess what? The fucked up part about it is Gabe said it, and then I think even Gravy said it, that we could have got Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we could have. At that time, we could have.
You know but so, yeah.
I personally didn't know if it was the locker.
You know why? You know what, Turf?
And I didn't want Russell Wilson.
You know why? We didn't want Russell Wilson? He won't be good in the locker room. He's too pussy. He's too this.
Yeah, I did see that.
But he's one of the best quarterbacks that ever came in the NFL with Super Bowl champion quarterback.
I like Russ.
You know what I mean? And look what he's doing now. He almost has a super. In my eyes, He almost has a Super Bowl team working with right now.
A lot of people think that they
He
are.
has a shot. He has a shot.
They're hard out. They're going to be a hard out. That's for sure.
Yes,
They
you're not going to just
make
go
it
in
hard.
there and beat them. Yeah, you're not going to
Exactly.
just beat them.
I mean,
my thing is, we got to be realistic. You know, J Dog saying not realistic. We have to be. The Raider Nation and the staff has to be realistic. We need that fucking guy to come in, and whatever quarterback comes right up behind him, Tom Brady even knows. Tom Brady sat back for a little bit. You're not going to just turn around and throw Sanders in there. I'm not saying that he doesn't have any talent. I'm not taking away from any one of these fucking guys, right? But if you turn around and bring him in here and get him fucking damaged, and then he turns around, goes to a better organization and starts fucking balling out, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to do the rinse and repeat shit. We keep doing the same shit over and over and over. If we're going to get a new coach, get a new just do all that shit. But we have to do what fucking great organizations do, and we're not doing it. Bottom line, we don't have the history of doing it. The history of us doing it was fucking 30 years ago. And that's where we got to fucking get out of this fucking mind frame of, well, what if we got this guy? Bandage? No. We need to do it the right fucking way. We need a veteran to come in.
Getting to you,
about 3 years on, maybe 3 years left. Then maybe get good players that are going to be playing for a long time. You got a JPJ. You got Brock Bowers that's going to give you a good solid 5 years. You see what I'm saying? Then you turn around, and then within that time, you get another quarterback and get them in there behind somebody that's actually doing it. But the fucked up part about it is the guys that we're actually fucking talking about are a Brock Purdy, are fucking who else? Dak Prescott. Who else? These are the guys that we're trying to right, in order for we can develop them. But there's no fucking quarterback out there to develop, so we're fucking stranded to the point to where we have to go on a fucking kid and put it all on his fucking shoulders with no fucking training, no nothing.
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna keep on fucking up, right? See, it's very rare that you're gonna find a Jaden Daniels, bro. Very.
I agree.
I watched the last part of the game. That motherfucker is dope. I don't give a fuck.
He outplayed a badass defense.
Fuck yeah.
He outplayed a badass defense.
Bro. So for me, we gotta become realistic and understand: do we go fucking chance it, or do we develop somebody in the second round, moving forward? Maybe get a quarterback a little bit later, see what happens. You know what I mean? I think we have to fucking do the adult thing and not go put this whole fucking organization on the kids' fucking shoulders.
Right.
Without somebody giving them the fucking ropes.
But that's the thing. I think that right there can end up fucking us up too, dog, because a lot of these organizations that have been turning it around have given the keys to a kid to turn around their organization, and they have. Look at CJ Stroud. Look at Jaden Daniels. Look at Burrow when he was given the chance. He took his team almost right away to the Super Bowl.
He beat us.
Yeah, but also Burrow also had his college receivers with him as well. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is though, like that, a lot of the teams now, it's not like this, like it's old school football where just you have to sit guys 3 years and then they were finally ready. Like a lot of young guys. Look at Bo Nix. He's succeeding already. Look at Penix. He already made his debut today. I know it's only his first game. He looked good. It's just more of these young guys are a lot more ready now.
Now when it comes to this kid in Denver, bro, don't get it twisted. He's got one of the best defenses in the NFL. A and B. He's got one of the best offensive minds and quarterback whisperers that's played the field in Peyton, man. So that's a little different. And I know I'm biased, and everybody that's watched me knows Bo Nix stole my lunch money. So I probably got some issues with him that I can't shake.
I admitted the same thing, Turf. I admitted the same thing. I thought he was shit.
Yep.
But
exactly.
I've seen how many games he played in college, and that's experience. And that's
exactly. I felt the same way. I felt his ceiling was very low. He's pretty much at it, and this is what you're going to get. But that's what Sean Payton can do with those kind of guys. Yeah. That's a testament to Sean Payton. And I mean, hey, the kid can prove me wrong. The kid can prove me wrong because, right, if Sean Payton leaves, he just stays consistent with it, right? That becomes Bo Nix, but I think he's just been very fortunate. He's put in the right place.
You're getting a lot less guys that are like. There was like, I remember when there was guys being taken in the first round. There was literally like one guy would hit every other year and shit like that. You know what I mean? For first round quarterback. Now it seems like there's a good quarterback coming out of every damn draft. You know what I mean? And it's I just think it's a little bit because the college game is played a lot different. Where it's not that the college game is played a lot different. It's that the NFL is played so much like college now that it's easy to translate. Like the guys are running fucking 31 out of shotgun and shit like that. They're running college fucking playbooks in the NFL, so it's so easy for these college dudes to make that transition.
Well, it depends on who you ask, right? Because if you ask Tom Brady and a lot of the other people that value the game, they actually say the exact opposite, meaning that there's no quarterbacks actually being coached properly. You don't see any of these kids going through their progressions and reading, defenses and so forth, which is why when they get to the NFL, they're spit up and spit out. I mean, you look at the amount of first round draft picks and quarterbacks that have just been spit up, chewed out. It's unprecedented. You haven't seen this in any recent time in the past, and that is because they're not being developed. They're not being developed at all.
And you look at where these guys come from, Gabe. They're from a tree from an NFL coach. They're from, they get taught the pro way, and they bring in Pat Shermer's an NFL guy. Maybe he's not NFL ready right now.
Sure.
Right.
Hey, but
you know what, Gabe? I came to my mind right now. I want to know how many games Shedeur Sanders has played in college, because if it's a lot, if it's up there with Bo Nix, that'll make me think.
It's not even close. He's just a 4-year guy.
I think he played maybe like a little bit over 30 games.
He's a 4-year guy. He's a 4-year guy. He played 2 years at Jackson and he played 2 years at Boulder.
Yeah, he played like over 40 games.
He's got 2 years at Jackson and 2 years at Boulder. He's a legitimate, straightforward 4-year kid. What you would want.
Almost 50 games.
What you would want.
But see, the thing is here too, when Gabe mentioned, you had Jaden Daniels.
49 games. He played 49 games.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
50 games, yeah.
That's impressive there. See, now I'm thinking different. I'm thinking different. That tells me that he has a football mind. You could be in college game, no matter who they run, the wing tee or the fucking spread. It doesn't matter. If you run that offense and you know how it's run and you got to it and you do it year after year after year, you got it right here and you know what happens defensively.
That's why they want Gabriel. Because he's got that mind to run that kind of offense.
Gabriel's good, but he's kind of too short for me.
No, I agree. I don't want him either. I'm just telling you why. Telesco, for one, he's Oregon, right? Telesco loves Oregon guys. And Tom himself loves system guys. He was a system guy. So that's why.
We got to get a system first, bro. We got to get a system.
I agree, and that's what Tom is going to be responsible for.
But when Gabe mentioned, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, where would you put this group of quarterbacks in that class?
I think that group was way deeper. But
but as far as talent, what they're doing now,
I wouldn't say like
miles away.
I would say Jaden Daniels and Caleb would probably still be drafted ahead of Shedeur and Cam, but those guys would still probably be ahead of a lot of other guys that got drafted, like a JJ McCarthy and a Bo Nix. I think Shedeur is better than them.
You think they're better than Penix?
But see, Penix went after them. See, that's the thing. It's like Penix
went after JJ McCarthy.
Penix had. Remember, Penix has the before pre. I know, like that's the thing now. Like he's gonna take over that job. But Penix had the knee issues. That was the thing on him. That's why he was probably the last quarterback taken from that bunch. You know what I mean? Because he had the injury issues. You know what I mean?
Bo Nix was 12.
Oh yeah. Bo Nix was 11.
No, Denver picked ahead of us, so they got.
Yeah, there was 8. What's his name was 8th. Atlanta picked 8. They picked him at 8th, and then Bo Nix was at 11.
So,
but like what I'm saying is just like I just think that.
So we established that we can't compare these two to C.J. Stroud and Jaden McDaniels. Whoever does that,
I wouldn't say C.J. Stroud because I would say pre-draft. I remember clearly like. There was knocks on C.J. Stroud. I remember even the fucking that test shit that he did. Like there was knocks on a little bit of knocks on C.J. Stroud because he was losing a little bit of steam in that draft. And then he came out of the gates like nobody else. Like shit. Like he was just You know what I mean? He ended up being just great. You know what I mean? But there was still some talk like that was like he was like, the people should
He's an Ohio State quarterback. Name another Ohio State quarterback that did anything. That was the number one thing. Because again, like Grady said, it didn't come from an offense.
Fields.
You think Justin Fields is doing something today?
At that time, Justin Fields was known as what, like Justin Fields.
No, I agree. But it's still not there yet.
This year. Yeah, Justin Fields made up a little bit better of his name this year, but
Still
what was he thought of at that time? What was he thought about at that time? Like he was thought about as another guy that was not didn't succeed in the NFL through Ohio State because he hadn't done nothing in Chicago at that certain tour, like last
bad
year's
organization, another bad organization.
But we'll see, man. I just think there's a lot of questions. I mean, at the end of the day, I really do think that's the thing that is necessary for sure. We can all agree on. We need a fucking quarterback.
I think Raider Knight is right here. Tom is going to pick the best player available, and I'm not going to be mad at him for it.
Hey. So, okay, I got another question. So, and I need like an actual answer just in case, because, you know, like Gravy was saying, and you guys were saying too, these guys are playing for next year. You know, there's a lot of guys on this side, on the defensive side of the ball, that don't have big contracts, showing a lot of good tape. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys are going to get paid. They're even talking about Spillane. Spillane's over here getting paid as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, if we win the next 2 games, where exactly will we be? What are we looking at?
I know. I'll be happy as fuck.
Bottom of the teams, top 20.
Probably like 10, 11.
I think way past 10, 11. If we win the next 2, we're past that.
I would seriously think that AP did a better job coaching these last 2 games than he ever did the first 14. Real. Because we're winning football games. Your head coach is what you're supposed to do.
All right.
I like winning,
bro.
You
end up with 5 wins. There's already teams. There's already you can't jump out of pretty much the top 10.
Top 10, right.
You can't jump out of the top 10 with the next 2 wins.
San Francisco, San Francisco is 11 at 6.
11, with 6 wins. So you can't jump out of the top 10 with even 2 more wins.
So that's actually not get a top 10 player then.
I want a guard.
Yeah.
I want a guard because we need to.
But you are playing the Chargers, who are playing for a lot in the last game too. I mean, I hope we do beat them. To be honest, I fucking hate the Chargers. I don't care what.
That'll be a game out of the playoffs too. That'll be a playoff knockout.
That would be cool. But like that is gonna be a tough game to win though. Like if we are gonna win the next 2 games, you know what I mean? Like that would be a tough game to win. This next game is gonna be like this game, but not because they have no quarterback. Alvin Kamara's hurt. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a reeling team over there too with the Saints too. So it's gonna be another game for sure. We can probably pull it off, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Easy.
We'll see how they perform. Tomorrow.
Madison,
because I don't even think I think they lost Taysom Hill. I think they lost Taysom Hill already for the fucking season 2. I think they lost Kamara. They just lost Kamara for the rest of the season.
Alvin Kamara is gone for the season.
I think he's contemplating just shutting it down for the rest of the year because his hamstring or something like that. So he's just contemplating shutting it down. And then what's his name too? Well, Carr's probably most likely not playing for the rest of the year. So it's like they traded Lattimore, so it's like that's a totally different team now. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a pretty struggling team over there too.
Man, I would love to have Lattimore in our squad.
Yeah.
He did good today, man, with fucking.
So this is so check this out. So this is CBS Sports. The reason why I'm asking, because if we're looking at the top 10, so the top 10 players they have. Number 1 is going to be Travis Hunter. Number 2 is going to be Alshon Jeffrey. 3 is going to be Cam Ward. Then it's going to be defensive tackle Mason Graham. They have Dylan Gabriel at number 5 overall.
That's retarded.
Yeah. Then Texas tackle, right? Calvin Banks. Ole Miss defensive tackle Waller Nolan. Then it's going to be Will Campbell out of LSU. And then number 10 is Shador fucking Sanders.
Exactly where we'll be if we win 2 more games.
If we win 2 more games. So
Yeah, but it's all need. It's all based on team needs, though.
Right.
right.
Those
No,
are
I
the
understand.
players are ranked. That's how players are ranked. But shit,
Correct.
like if the number 1 team doesn't need, you know, a
Right.
defensive back, and they need
Right.
a quarterback, they're gonna take the number 10 guy, number 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I completely
Nobody's
understand.
taking Janty in the top 5. I can tell
Yeah,
you that.
that's crazy that they have Genty.
That's beyond crazy. I don't even know if he'll get out of the top 10.
Yeah.
So running
That's what
back,
does-
there's a plethora of
I'll be
running
pissed.
back in this draft.
We get up to 4 or 5 and we don't get Janty, I'll be pissed.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I
Special.
don't.
He's special.
Yeah, but I think
There's
there's
a lot of
already
special
talk
running
about.
backs this day and age.
There's already
No,
talk.
no,
I
no,
really
no.
do think. You know what? I like Genty. I'm
I
one
like
of the
him
guys
too,
that
but I
like him.
don't.
But if you can get a fucking Scatterbo in the 3rd round, shit, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
That little baby Hulk looking motherfucker.
Hey, that
Listen,
dude's,
I
that
ain't gonna
dude's
lie,
good,
that
bro.
That's like we got Lobby already. We got Lobby
No,
already.
no,
What 2.0 is he? What
This
2.0
dude
is
is
he?
not. This dude is not lobby. Watch him in the playoff.
Yeah, he's
Watch him
definitely.
in the next playoff.
He's
No, you know,
definitely.
he's good. He's
Smack.
good.
And they're gonna get smacked, and he's gonna get fucking 50 yards, and they won't
Watch
even
him in
think
the
about
next
it.
playoff. I'm just
None of
saying,
those guys
watch him
belong.
in the next playoff.
Yeah, they do play somebody tough. Arizona
Yeah,
State plays
they
somebody
play-
Just
tough.
like
They're
SMU
gonna
did.
They're gonna
They're
get.
gonna-
Just like
Yeah, they're
Indiana
gonna get beat
did.
down. He's not
Don't
doing
They're
belong.
it.
playing the best. Look, if Scatterbo could do it against them, I definitely will take a look at Scatterbo because that's the number 1
Hey,
defense
they're
in the
even-
nation.
Bro,
Texas is the number 1 defense in the nation.
you better off watching Blue and old boy Wisner from Texas as opposed to watching Scatterbo.
Even that kid.
Hey,
from Notre
Scatterbo-
Dame.
These dudes are home run hitters too, by the way. Both of them, Blue and Wisner, are home run hitters. I think
Even
Blue,
Jeremiah.
80-year one today or yesterday.
Hey, Jeremiah Love too from Notre Dame is another back.
He's another home run hitter. Another home run
Quarterback.
hitter.
Yeah, what up?
And that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. To pick a Janty in the top 5, that's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
even like the running back
Crazy
from
stuff.
fucking the one that transferred from Auburn to FC this year. He only played there 1 year. What's his name? Fucking and he rushed for like 1,300 yards at SC
Right.
this year. But he,
The running back from Kansas. There are so many running backs.
Neil, he's bad too.
Neil, I'm telling you, there's just too many to be drafting a running back in the top 5. That's crazy.
Scatterbo.
Raider
Genty
Rebels,
is
right?
good. Genty is good, but
Janty is good.
Scatterbo, good, man. Scatterbo. That's why I'm not saying Scatterbo no 1st round. That's why I said if I wouldn't take no Genty in a 5 because you could probably get like a Scatterbo 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Janty into the late
But the
first.
teams that take chances on these running backs, aren't you guys watching? Like you take a Robinson like Atlanta did, and you take a Gibbs like Detroit did.
Right.
Like they're top 5 picks, dude, and they pan out. They're the soul of their team, bro.
Was
I think
Gibbs a top
Robinson-
5 pick?
I don't know when they pick Gibbs.
He got picked in the 1st round.
Bajan did. I know Bajan did.
Bijan did.
Yeah, he was
Played
like
well.
top
Yeah, for sure.
7.
Yeah,
He was
Bajan
like
was
7.
like 5.
And they're the best players on their team.
Jameer Gibbs
Why
was
can't we do that?
drafted 12th overall. He was
Why can't we
drafted
do that?
12th.
Why are we all running backs come dime a dozen? Why can't we get the next Darren McFadden?
Well, the
Everybody
reason
thought that was stupid. Everybody thought that was stupid that we got
I
Darren
think we
McFadden
need
until-
there's more holes.
until he
I
ran
think
the
there's
football.
more.
until Darren McFadden
I think if we
ran the fucking
needed
football.
like, I think if we're
we didn't need
like,
an offensive line.
yeah, like if we're more established and we just like we were like a running back away, then hell yeah, use your 1st round pick on a fucking
we are
running
running
back.
back, Gabe.
But
No,
we're
we're
not a
not.
running back away.
No,
We
we're
got
not.
4 running backs that don't do shit.
Nah.
Dude, we
we're
need
not
2
a running
guards.
back.
We need 2 guards. We need 2
We-
guards and a left tackle. We need
more
2
things
guards.
drafted
You
early.
need- yo, excuse me.
Yeah, you
Well,
get a development. You get a developed guy and pay him finally.
who?
We just need more
Develop guy in the
things
league.
drafted earlier. I think. I'm not saying we don't need a running back. I'm just saying we need more. We
No,
need
we need a
more.
running. We need a
things
run.
Let's
drafted
say
early.
late 1st round. Let's say late 1st round or early 2nd round. We get a running back.
Yeah,
What do
all
you
day.
think of that?
I'm
That
actually
wouldn't be
thinking
bad.
third round.
We're gonna have a high 1st round pick because if we
Correct.
have a high 1st round pick, we're gonna have a high 2nd round pick.
Second round pick. Correct.
You know what I mean? So that leaves for sure. There's gonna be running backs that high. Who
100%.
knows? You never know. You might get the 2nd best running back still because the only guy that might go in the 1st round is Genty as a running back.
Correct. I agree.
Scatterbo top 5.
No.
You're
I
just
said
a Pac-10 guy. You're
Scatterbo
just a
third,
Pac-10
fourth
guy,
round.
bro. That's right.
I said Scatterbo third, fourth round.
My
Did
man,
he
Gravy
play
is in the
play
building.
USC? Did he play USC? Oh, that'll play.
No, I forgot the guy's fucking running back for the running back from USC though. He's good though, and he's a big running back. Like
He is good. I know you're
he
talking
transferred
about.
from Auburn. He transferred from Auburn.
Take anybody from USC just to win a game, bro. I don't care who you are. Third string wide receiver. I don't care. What about the quarterback? What's the quarterback doing right now? Can he
He's
play?
going to, I think he said he's going to the NFL. The quarterback from SC?
Get him. He's smart. Got a good
Quarterback
coach
from
there.
SC. He's going to the. He says he's declared himself for the NFL.
Oh,
Smart, good coach. He's coached well.
right.
I mean,
Definitely coach.
Lincoln Riley was his coach. I mean,
Yep.
So you
That's
know
the
that
guy.
they got.
That's the guy you should be looking at bringing to the pros right there to develop your quarterback.
I like the quarterback even from Ole Miss, dog. Like that dude's pretty good. He was at SC. Jackson Dart was at SC. I remember.
Yeah, Jackson Dart.
Transferred to Ole Miss, and he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. If we're not gonna go, if we're gonna have a top 10 pick, and we're gonna go maybe offensive line or offensive tackle first or something like that, then Jackson Dart's a guy that we can look back. Miller Moss, you were talking about, yeah, Miller Moss.
He's a system quarterback, Circus says, but that system's in the NFL. So
True.
that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm concerned with. And he throws the ball good, accurate.
Yeah.
Just don't have a defense around him. His receiver talent is. I was surprised that the receiver talent at USC is
Woody
that bad.
Marks. That's that guy's name, Woody Marks.
I'm very surprised that USC.
Yeah, USC is falling off. Well, they gotta compete. I mean, it's gonna take a lot more to compete now. It's not just because you're USC anymore.
A long while where USC is winning the Big 12, bro. A long while.
I agree.
They got to keep their kids from LA. You're seeing all these kids going to Ohio State, Alabama. They all say Santa Barbara, Riverside, Compton. They should stay at home, man.
Well, it's all what team has the most money now, man. NIL.
Yeah.
Correct.
He said the running back from Fresno Community College. Relax.
It'll be better than that'll be a good pickup.
Hey,
Be a good pickup.
I have a feeling a lot of teams will stock up on the defenses in this draft. There's a lot.
Hey, bro, if you ever been to the South, like right there to the South, like that's why the SEC is like that, bro. Like that's why the SEC is kind of like they dominate a lot because they have boosters on top of boosters on top of boosters, bro. That like just fun shit like that, which they fun related in somehow. I know that's just it's supposed to be illegal, but bro, there's too much money involved down there for the NIL that they run everything, bro. Like, bro, that Bible Belt right there, that all of that shit, they bleed fucking and sleep fucking college football down there, bro.
Correct.
Care about football more than we do.
Absolutely.
We ain't no to me, and I don't know if you guys agree with this. Ain't no better football out there than the West Coast.
Exactly, because all the you see all the players come from California. Like, well, not all of them. Not all of them.
You talking
Not all of
Florida?
them, but I'm saying like
Florida,
what I'm saying is like
you say modern day to Florida.
We're the best high school in the country.
You say modern day. You say modern day to
Thomas Aquinas. I know St. Thomas Aquinas was whooping everybody for quite some time. I know Duncanville was whooping people for quite some time. Crowley. Y'all know I play. Modern day. I do know about modern day. There's other spots. There's other spots in LA too. Yes, exactly. But
those kids,
Bosco, Don Bosco,
Turf. Those teams get beat by Centennial. Bishop Gorman.
They tend to go back and forth. No, they do go back and forth. I agree. But I do remember when St. Thomas Aquinas didn't lose a game in 4 years.
Well, De La Salle didn't lose till 12 years.
10 years. Yeah, 20
right,
years.
But that's way back. I'm talking more recent. That's way back.
De La Salle didn't lose.
That's way back. That's way back. You got to remember.
Modern day right now.
I was in Cali in the early '90s when I was playing the JUCO at Mesa, so I know all
Modern Day.
I know
Modern
all
Day
about
right now has that. Modern Day has this
Reggie Bush in high school. I got to see Reggie Bush play in high school.
Right now, though, we're not talking about the past, for sure.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right now, I'm gonna have to give it to Texas, man. I'm a little biased, obviously, because I see it here. I don't get to see it as much as I used to in California. But to be honest, even then, I always looked at Florida just being something crazy. As far as athletes, I just always saw Florida as being number one for me. And I will admit, specifically for like skilled positions, like elite skilled positions, it's just Florida. They always just got some wild athletic dudes. Everywhere.
But quarterback, there's no question.
There's no question. It's California quarterback, 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't even think twice about that. I wouldn't even think twice.
And both of those states, they got great special.
100%. 100%. Well, all three of them, in my opinion, you can't go wrong. I think it's just the general bias you may have trying to pick one out of the three.
Kids, bro. It's just too populated. All those areas. Too many. So many schools in the LA area. Like, it's just fucking crazy, bro. Like, it's just there's so many kids that don't even get to go because they go to JUCO and then they just fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? They're probably better than a lot of these other kids.
Happens all the time, bro. Happens all the time.
I feel so bad for the JUCO players that, I've been to that.
This new rule turns around, though, man. I'm actually excited because this benefits my son dramatically. It benefits it benefits the player that is small, that has a late growth spurt, or just late in general as far as their growth is concerned and their size. Because now, instead of being a scrawny 18-year-old trying to get it in with 22-year-olds that are seniors, now you can get it in at 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? So at least you'll be fully grown. Don't get me wrong. If I was on the other side of the fence, I wouldn't be so happy about this.
Because why?
That's why I'm saying I'm being biased. Because nobody wants a 29-year-old, senior that's still playing football in college. He should have been in the NFL 3 years ago.
Or if your son will get paid, though.
No, I agree. I know. Well, see, there's a lot. There's so much that I don't think was thought out when it comes to this NIL deal and money. For a fact, I know, just due to my daughter's circumstances. A lot of people don't know. There's a hatchet that's about to come down. Every university, I know for a fact, in the Big Ten has to chop a percentage of all of their teams off. And I know for a fact Ohio State is one of the biggest ones. They have to chop 50 football players. They got to get down to like 110, 105 football players. So guess what's going to happen to all the other ones they had? They're going to trickle down to the FCS series, right? Guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to trickle down to D2. Guess what's going to happen to the D2s? They're going to trickle down to the D3s. And then that's where, right, you start to benefit as a JUCO person, because now you don't have eligibility counted against you.
And then the NIL works on all those levels.
Every one of them. So you can start collecting the check.
That is clear. In Division 2, you're gonna get broke off, right? But if you are like your son, and I coached it, Turf. If you are like your son, and if you're a smaller guy that ain't that mature yet,
correct,
and need to develop, and it becomes a monster in JUCO, then you get a D1 school to go with you and take it. Coaches love when they send a kid to D1 or D2 or any scholarship.
Yep.
And then you get paid because you earn that. That's why this here, with these freshmen getting paid millions of dollars, it's messing up the JUCO scene. These kids are immature, and these kids ain't ready for this, and they're getting paid a bunch of money, and they just rolling with it. That's gonna mess up the pros in the long run.
I agree.
You're gonna have a bunch of little bitches playing in the NFL.
No, you're gonna have a bunch of dudes not even going to the league anymore. They're not even thinking about it. Guess what? I'm gonna get my bread and get out of this by 25. Yep. Yeah. I know a lot of dudes that I played with that didn't love the game at all, but it was their only way to get an education. If you would have gave them that money and they didn't have to play football, they'd have did that shit in a heartbeat. But because they had no other way to get their education paid for, they had to play. And they hated every day of it.
Coffee.
So what we got to do about this defense too, Gabe? Well, what's up, Turvin Gabe?
I like the pieces we got. I mean, there's some serious pieces on our defense that.
I think, bro, there's going to be a lot of money where we're going to get some surprise fucking additions to this team, dog, where you're going to be like, oh, shit, that's going to help. Oh, shit, that's going to help. Like, bro, the money that we have available is going to be enticing to a lot of players.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So we're going to be able to fill holes. Are they going to be the right ones? That's the question. But with the money available, trust me, there's going to be pieces where you're going to be like, oh, shit. And I like some of the, like Turf said, I like some of the people here, like the Chase on. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to get Max back. You know, he didn't play up to his standard, like you say, Gravy. And he has been dealing, I guess, with the injury, but you would say, excuse, whatever. You know what I mean? But like I'm saying, we're going to get Wilkins back healthy. You know what I mean? We're going to get, you know, guys back. Still, the thing is that we're going to make the decision on Kuntz, but you see a little bit of progression with Tyree. You know what I mean? So now, can you add guys? You know what I mean? Get Hobbs back a little bit. Are you going to keep Hobbs? Morig is a dude that I think is a lock. He should be a guy that
I agree.
He should be priority. Him and Spillane should be priority. That we should extend those two guys for sure, bro. Like, and then other than that, I think there's gonna be a lot of additions to where this defense is gonna get better too. And I would say this in this last couple of weeks when we've been undermanned, I would say like we've been stepping up. I think the defense has been stepping up pretty damn good. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's still some boneheaded mistakes and all of that shit, but for the majority of the games you see out there with undermanned guys or like guys that are, you know, like a D-Cam, you know, the Richardson and shit like that, where you see like Darnay Holmes, where they were getting a lot of burn earlier, and then, you know, you see them, you know, even Palomalo. Obviously, I already talked about Morig. Morig's solid, but, you know what I mean? All of these guys are getting some good burn out there, and they've actually been playing pretty good. I mean, today, the last couple of games, I mean, the defense has been one of the main reasons why we've even been in position to win a lot of those games or watching the actual game in the fourth quarter.
Yep, I agree.
And before we move on, man, I want to give one of the local knuckleheads that's been here for a long ass time talking mad shit. Kev, man, you know,
what do you do?
I don't understand how you type with your feet, bro. But like,
what do you do?
Happy birthday! I know you ain't 21, motherfucker. Happy birthday! I know you ain't 21,
bro. Man.
So happy birthday,
bro.
Yeah.
He's typing with his feet. I'm telling you, I don't know how he did that shit.
Typing with his teeth. He's typing with his teeth now, bro.
He was talking, and then there was like chats coming out on the chat. Like, where the fuck are you?
Go to the Bahamas, bro. Go to the Bahamas where you belong, bro. Go stay over there. But they ain't got no internet.
Yeah, shout out Cool
Raider fans don't need you, bro. Raider fans don't need you. Go to Walmart after work and go kick it. Look at the young ladies over there because you don't want to go home and shit. You're the only dude out there at Walmart 2:00 in the morning when you get off work.
Chilling out there waiting till they open. He'd be like, open.
Only dude I know from New York that don't know what a Santa Maria tri-tip is. If you're from Texas, you know what a tri-tip is?
Of course, bro.
You know what happy season is?
Of course.
In New York, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You guys from California, you crazy. I had to reassure that
New York's New York has a bunch of like Italian restaurants and food like that. You know what I mean?
You eat the rats.
Just different foods, man. But you know Texas. You know Texas is that. You know they got that.
Walmart is wild.
Meat, yeah.
Fried chips, the fucking, all of that shit.
At Walmart.
He lives at the Walmart is 2 stories, homie. You gotta get in the elevator to go upstairs, bro.
Yeah.
We got some pretty guards over there, everything. He's over there barefooted walking around the Walmart.
Yeah, I gotta go fuck it up. Gotta make some tamales tomorrow, dog, because we need something to unwrap for Christmas.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you ain't lying.
So you know why Mexicans make tamales for Christmas, dog? Because they need something to unwrap.
Don't say that.
Okay.
I'm down for tamale right up the get-go, bro.
Yeah. That is
some raisins in it. You a tamale with some raisins in it, bro. That's good, bro.
Oh, hell no. You say raisins? What's the equivalent putting raisins in some potato salad? Bro?
Right, exactly.
That little sweet tooth,
Hell
bro.
no. I remember I got a tamale one time as a kid, and that motherfucker, I spit that shit out, bro. And I got slapped in the back of the head. My grandma
You was 300 pounds when you ate it, huh?
like, what the
You
hell?
320 pounds and you dislike food? What's wrong with you?
Whoa.
You got mad at a tamale with raisins in it? You
bro.
340 pounds, bro?
I was only 300 at that age, bro.
You mad at a raisin? Just stuff it in the mouth and shut up, bro. You know what's up.
Barefooted gravy.
Yeah.
Back Hollis, you the cool cab Hollis, bro. Barefooted everywhere. Go to the Bahamas in the airport, barefooted, walking all in the restrooms and shit.
Cab, where'd you go? Near the beach. Down by the beach.
Cool cab, aka the athlete's foot.
Athlete's foot.
Hey, remember back in the day we said pee on your feet? There you go, bro. Pee on your feet.
God damn. The enzymes.
Right.
Nah, but hey, man, I just think everything needs to like AP said today too. Regardless if AP's here or not, we won today. That's not on him, bro. Like obviously the team wants to win. Like Gravy was saying earlier, the players, regardless if they're playing for the coach or not, these guys want to win. You know what I mean? So, like, when they asked them, well, what do you think about messing up your draft position as number one? You know what I mean? That's on Telesco now. You know what I mean? Like he has to make those moves. Like he can't be mad because we won a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like that's the job in the NFL. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he was giving uncertainties for the next year anyway. Like he's playing for a fucking future fucking position himself too. So like it's just Telesco has to make his fucking magic, dog, in whatever. He's gonna have to go get whatever he has to do to go get his guy. If his guy's at 5 and we're at 5 and he falls on that, fuck it. But he has to go do whatever he needs to do to go get the guy, regardless of where we land.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's crazy that I know we're gonna get out of here in the next 10 minutes. We first 2-hour lives we've done a long time, man. Shout out Gravy, bro. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what it is, bro. Y'all get this team turf around here a lot too, so don't even trip. Like we got some shit in the works. So anyway, my thing is like this, man. Last year when he came in and he had this storm and stuff like that, even though like we had the battle of the quarterbacks and then the injuries and fucking DA and then pretty much all this bullshit that's actually just fucking been happening to the fucking fan base, to us and everything like that. I feel that he got an unfair shot. Do I think that he's improving? No. But am I going to try to give him another shot? If he's here, I am. I'm going to just suck it up and just move forward with it. But if we also move on, I mean, I'm a shield over anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just think that like with the injuries and stuff like that, I think they're probably going to give him another shot. I'm never going to say no to a fucking win. I don't care if it puts us back at and we end up at picking 15th overall again. Hey, I'm not mad with Brock Bowers, bro. I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? He breaks records and probably going to break the rest of the records. Does there a lot of things that we can clean up? Fuck yeah. Are we gonna go through a fucking bunch of different shit on the off season and trying to figure out this? Fuck yeah, we are. But at the same time, man, like I really, really do enjoy the fact that we have somebody that we actually last year we could relate to this guy. Now the thing is, a lot of people ain't relating to losing. A lot of us lose a lot in this fucking life, so we should be able to relate a little bit. But like Gravy said, it is football. The goal is to fucking win. And we let go and watch these games and do all the shit that we're supposed to be doing because this is what it's supposed to do for us. It just gives us, hey, let's just watch some fucking games and get some wins, man. So hopefully these guys can get it together, get us the good players that we need. Everybody stays healthy, and we just move on, man. But we still got 2 more games for the rest of the season, man. And I want to win regardless. I don't care how ugly it is. I want to win. So
what's wrong with that? When did the draft order become more valuable than winning a goddamn football game? When did that happen, man?
Yeah.
When did that happen, Turf? In the years that we've been alive?
Never.
You sucked. You picked first.
Yeah.
If then that was it. If Eli Manning, if Walter, whoever, Peyton Manning didn't want to play for you, or his brother didn't want to play for you, then you bitched about it, and then you didn't play. You got traded. So if we win 2 games, that's confidence in our organization. That makes the players that are going to be there next year be confident in what AP is doing. And maybe some of us might change our mind on what AP is doing, and maybe he might be on the podium saying, "Yep, we got a couple of pieces here." There's little stars on that team. Brock Bowers is a bright light. Chason is a bright light. If you see that, we got JB on injury. That's a very bright light. Even Richardson is learning, and Richardson is learning the hard way, bro. He's learning the hard way. He's getting picked on so many freaking times. He's been thrown to. I could bet you this. If you look it up, Lo, he's been thrown to more times than any corner probably in our division, and 3 games that he started, or 4 games that he started.
Like I don't know why, but I really do think, like, you see the improvement of, my bad, the fucking sirens out here and shit, but the improvement of Jacorian Bennett, right? Mm-hmm. And I really think Jacorian Bennett struggled a lot more in his first year, which I think D-Fam is doing a lot. He's struggling, but he's getting his feet under him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To where if he has that same type of jump, he could be a very good. In year 2, just like JB.
Right. Yeah. So that's a bright light. You just got to look at people. You just got to see the instead of just giving up and saying, "Oh, we fucked up our job position now." Instead of saying that, Raider fans don't give a fuck when we draft. We get the best Raider that's out there to be on our team. And if it isn't Shedeur Sanders, then fine. We're gonna go make one. We're gonna go get one. And then we're going to get the people to make that player better. It ain't just, "Oh, we picked Shedeur Sanders. Go here and do what you did at Colorado." It ain't going to be that way, man. It can't be that way. We're going to end up the position that we're in now. We made a lot of bad decisions. That's why I'm so hard on AP. That's why I'm so hard on Telesco and Mark Davis. We made a lot of bad decisions. 2 more weeks. We made a lot of bad decisions. It ain't over, bro, because I'm going to be saying this shit all offseason. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do it. I ain't going nowhere, bro. I ain't going nowhere. If you don't like it, hey, what's up?
Baby, do you think if the next 2 games, regardless win or lose, if they're going to make a coach move, do they make the move day after the season, or do they wait, or what? What do you think?
Honestly, Gabe, I would say the day after. If AP wins 2 games, that's going to be the way we look, is a different way. I think he'll stick around. I think he'll stick around. I don't want to let go on the guy. I don't want to say they'll let him go early or after or through some time. It could be the Black Friday or whatever that is. The black day, that coaches get fired. Mm-hmm. But I really don't look at contracts. When has Mark Davis ever fulfilled a contract for a coach? He's not in the pattern of that. Just because AP signed a 2-year contract doesn't mean he's going to be there for 2 years. Yeah. And our owner shows you that, why sign me for 5 years? It ain't going to matter. They're going to fire me if I suck on the first year. So what we have to do, our problem is breaking that tradition, bro. Our problem is breaking that tradition. And I fully think that. I'm with you on having a coach for years and keeping him around and doing this Mike Tomlin shit for 10 years and all this and that. We were a better team when Gruden was there for 4 or 5 years. We were a better team. And then I know that, but is AP that type guy? Is he that type guy? Is he that 5-year guy? We can find out. I think it's we can only know though if we're willing to find out. That's we're willing to find out. But if the mistakes happen in year 2, you gotta let them go, bro. You're gonna have a young team, and next year is the best time to do that, because if we pick well in this draft, and we get good, sound free agents, and we're on the up and up, and we see that, and we get all these good players back that we drafted. And then we see, we're going to be pretty good. We're young. Like Green Bay's good right now, but they're the youngest team in football right now, and they're in the playoffs. Green Bay's going to be good for years, bro. For years. They're gonna wipe out Minnesota and all them. They're going to be in the Super Bowl in a couple years. So I want us to be like that, bro. We got to get young and keep them. That's why I'm so pissed off with Jacobs, bro. Because he was young. He was 25 years old, bro.
I don't think he's got much left in the tank, though.
Look what he's doing now, Turf.
No, I agree. I just don't think. I think, yeah, we about to get
Can't
off.
argue
There's
for
a
this
lot
year.
of other stuff.
We'll talk next
I'm
year.
just saying, there's a lot of other stuff. I think we did the right thing, Brian, because we're not ready to win, and we're not going to win. And by the time we are, he's going to be over the hill from that respect.
Well, starting next year, we all should be in the mentality that we're ready to win, bro. We can't go into next year saying, well, you know, AP's learning, or the quarterback is 1 year guy.
It all depends on how serious they are this offseason, though.
Then get fucking serious. Why are we not serious? Why are we not serious, gang?
But we've been saying this for years.
Bro, we don't have no depth. I don't know why you think we can just win overnight with no depth.
I'm not saying going 10 and whatever. I'm just saying minimal improvement.
Make the right moves.
We're not getting better, Turf. We're not getting better at any position. We're not getting better at anything. We got to win today. But we beat a sorry ass team. We should do that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I want to lose the game. No, you go ahead. You take it. No, I want to lose a game. I'm gonna call timeout and we'll think about it. You know? Like, well, what the fuck is going on here, man? Was that football you watched, Turf? Was that football you really watched?
No, it was the worst football I've seen in a long time. And I said it in timeout. It was so bad. I found out what the most penalties ever had in a game. It was 37 between
and a lot of penalties
and somebody else. But it was horrible. The game was horrible. It was a horrible game.
In football. Just like the tradition in football, Turf, and Gabe, you know this. If you're the team that has the most penalties, you usually have a losing record.
Right.
Okay? You're not a disciplined team.
No.
That comes from head coaching.
True.
To me, that comes from coaching. So what is the blame here? We got so many areas that we have problems with. Let's just work on one and get that right.
Right.
You know, the transition from moving JPJ to guard again and James and putting James at center. Everybody was saying that James sucks ass. You saying it now? Because I thought James had a good game. Did anybody notice that difference?
I didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Did anybody notice that James played center the whole game? And
I know he played. Parham was so trash. It was hard to just.
Yeah. I'm very. I don't know what happened to Parham. Maybe he's the odd guy in the mix. You know what I mean? His confidence is low. His confidence is very low. And I've always said, Turf, a confident offensive line makes a running back better, and a good running back makes the offensive line get confident.
Correct.
So, and it'll work both ways. You have an awesome running game, or both of those things happen. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. No, I'm in agreement.
And that's a foundation right there. That offensive line is almost there, bro. Mm-hmm. And these guys are gonna come into year 2 that started as rookies. As a right tackle, we got a right tackle that started as a rookie. That's very, very tough to do, bro.
Right.
The smart.
As a third rounder too.
The smarts.
He's the only one that shut down TJ Watt since 2018.
And looking at the penalties, though, we're not that bad in penalties. We're like, I think we're 6th best in penalties. Like I think it's like from 7th, because there's like 20 something. I think we're like 24 teams ahead of us or something like that in penalties.
Okay, but Gabe, if you look at penalties that matter, third down penalties, we're number 1, bro. How many times we 31 and it still happen?
You know what's crazy too though? Like there's been some crazy ass shit to happen, like that fucking snap. The fucking, just some crazy ass shit that happened, like the interceptions that fucking Minshew has thrown right to fucking 100-yard pick sixes and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's some crazy ass, or throwing it backwards for a fumble. You know what I mean? And then fucking, it's just some crazy ass plays this year, though. That it's like, I know, I guarantee you, like, there's a part of me that agrees with you guys a lot that AP has not lived up to what we thought he was gonna be, but there's been a lot of shit that's obviously like Turf said earlier. It's been almost like a fucking full bar mission since the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's like it's been crazy since the beginning, dog. It was like a fucking suicide type mission type shit, bro. Like he was going into fucking, and it happened even before game 1, dog. Like that was like the biggest tell sign, you know, fucking Kuz going down before fucking 2-3 days before the game 1 of the season. Like, wow, like was that a foreshadow to the fucking rest of the season?
I told you. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something about that Kansas City game. AP, before that play happened, pertained to that with the timeout and then the kneel down and wanting to get in position so Carlson can make the kick or whatever, just run around a little bit. If you wouldn't have did that and just would have kicked it right there, called that timeout and kicked it right there, you would have won the game. You would have won the football game. You would have beat the Super Bowl champion. Okay, 3 is enough. 3 misses are enough, Colson. That's enough, bro. You wouldn't have did that. I was so confident that the dude was gonna make the kick, bro. That all that shit that happened was like, I was so pissed that they lost that game, bro. And I'm saying, you know, what happened here? Why is the guy snapping the ball? Why are you even in a formation? How come the field goal kicker's not out there? I would have kicked it on 3rd down. I would have said, fuck it. Fuck all this running around.
Yeah, but that's, 3rd down. I can't blame that on fucking AP, dog. Like that one thing. Like, I know there's plenty of other things that you could, but they were trying to get that timeout with, you know what I mean? Because there was like 20-something seconds left, so they were going to try to get it down to like 7 and put it right into the hash mark that he needed to. And fuck, dog, that was just some bullshit. That looked like if there was like ever a time where I thought like we were actually tanking, that was it.
Just kick the field goal, Gabe. Why are you thinking about it? Just kick the field goal. Why think? Why think? Kick the field. You want to win?
Because you still were what? It was still like a 50-something yarder, so I think they were still trying to get it another 4 or 5 yards or whatever. But
money.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do that shit.
Are we gonna go live Tuesday morning? Because I'm gonna be off Tuesday. So are we going live Tuesday morning? Want to do wake and bake?
Tuesday's fucking Christmas, huh?
Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, that's Mexican holiday. We celebrate too.
I celebrate Christmas Eve at night. Like my dinner's not gonna start till like 9. Like,
you know, we stay up while we open all the presents at midnight. You know,
Christmas Eve or so tomorrow night.
No,
Tuesday night. All right. Well then let's do a wake and bake on fucking.
Man, you guys been saying that for 2 years already. This shit ain't happened. 2
years?
Yeah,
they've been saying he do a wake bake. I'm already getting up early and shit. I'm gonna do a wake and bake.
For sure.
I'll be up I'm gonna get up wake and bake, bro. So
all right, for sure. Yeah, hit me up. Yeah, for sure. We'll do it.
So man, everybody, man, that was here, man. We got like 60 people in the building, man. Go to show some love, Gravy, man, Gravy.
We had like 80 something at one point.
80 people showed up to see me.
Yep, man, shit.
Right, Gravy, you are loved, my dude. You are loved.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking my. You didn't take my spot, bro. You earned that spot. I've always said your knowledge is key, bro. Because you know we know football. All 4 of us know football.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the thing is that you got channels that just make believe things. I don't like people getting mad because we won because our draft pick.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That hurts my feelings, man, when people think that way.
I'm with you, Gravy. That's why this was so weird. Too, that was a weird day, bro.
Like as much as I was numb to the win, because obviously it's a little past due, you know what I mean? Like, but the thing is that like I'm never going to complain about a win. That's one thing I won't do.
Nope. I agree. I don't know how we can. It's not. It shouldn't even be in your nature.
Yeah.
No, let all them other teams, man. Let the Saints and the Giants and all them other teams wear bags over their head in their stadium. If I ever see that shit when I go to the stadium, oh my god!
I bet Jags money line.
We even messed that up. We even messed up Air Mamba money. See, that's a good thing. I'm glad that happened to you, homeboy. The Raiders did that.
Gravy coming back to that shit. But no, we're gonna be live Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock. Tuesday morning, Christmas Eve. We're gonna have a little podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody, man. You know, I always tell you guys around this party, be thankful for what you do, God, what you don't. Don't drink and drive. You can do whatever you want, just don't drink and drive, man. And just be, like I said, be thankful for everything. We got Gravy back, so now we're gonna have some.
Recover from this, man. I should be good by Tuesday, bro. After recover from this. I'll probably go sleep for like 2 days. I'll probably go sleep for like 2 days. I'll get back into it.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody have a wonderful Christmas. All my dudes right here, man.
Yeah.
To your families, I love all yous, man. And
Ditto,
everybody in
man.
the chat, everybody in the chat, you're blessed. I'm a changed dude now because I've been blessed with something so good that I want to share it. I want to touch everybody. This is the time where we need to get together and love each other.
Yeah.
Don't put no one down. You know, even though I just did, but I sincerely.
Out of love, it's out of love.
Out of love. Don't go to your mom, go to your dad, and tell them I love you because you never know when you're not gonna have them anymore.
Yeah.
And
that.
this is what it took. This to change me, and I wasn't the type guy in my earlier days that deserved something like this, but I'm so blessed that God and this gentleman gave me this opportunity to say this, that I just want to share it, man. I just want to go to the street and say, you know, I'm a Raider fan, and I'm cool with you. I love you, and it's not a religious type thing, but I just feel so great for people because it prolonged my life for longer than I would have lived. You know, to see my daughter and my children blossom in life and be a grandfather and me and my wife to spend many days, many years to blossom in this world and to do great things with each other and money wise, you know, to have our little egg and we could do things on our own, man, when the kids are gone and shit. So I just want to tell everybody, you know, this is a season for caring and to pass love on. And it doesn't matter if you believe in Santa Claus or believe in Christmas spirit or anything like that. Just bless somebody. Just bless somebody like I was, bro. Like I bless Turf and his family. I bless Gabe and I bless Lowe to the fullest. And I ain't no preacher and I ain't no, you know, Monsignor or anything like that. But just coming from me that's been blessed, because that's the way I feel. And I was. People don't get the opportunity to get what I got. And God said, this dumb motherfucker right here is going to get this liver. And I'm going to prolong his life. And I appreciate that to the fullest. And I ain't going to take advantage of that. I'm going to spread it. I'm going to spread it just like this gentleman that gave me that life. He wanted to live but couldn't. I'm going to prolong his life and share it with you.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
And that's in your face.
Gary. That's what it's about, man. You got that new life, that new lease on life, man. And hell yeah, man. Just moral to the thing is, man, just don't take nothing for granted. That's it. Yep. You know what I mean?
That's the way you gotta be, Gabe. Change my world, bro. Change my world.
Yeah. All right, bro. Oh, you can get me teared.
All right, man. I'm sorry to rant, bro.
But shit, all right, man. On that note, we're gonna be live Tuesday, 10 a.m. Wake and bake. Gravy's not baking, but he'll be here.
Yeah,
he might be.
I can't do that right now, bro. Maybe about 6 months.
Yeah.
It's months with this shit, bro. It ain't weeks or days. It's months. Yeah, you can start driving your car in about 3 months, baby. All right.
All right, shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you guys for this year, man.
Yeah, you guys be safe. Christmas is upon us, man. Just like Gravy said, just love each other, man, and just try to give as much, love as you possibly can and be grateful for every single day, man. We appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday morning, Christmas Eve morning. We will be live, and man, like we always leave this place on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.